And we are live.
We are live.
Hey.
Messi.
Alrighty.
Let's see, what the fuck are you doing here?
Everything should be working.
Yeah, everything was good to me.
I'm not seeing a. Ugh. Yeah. Well, this is like a lot of the clips and trailers. I'm putting it on
Yeah.
loop. If you want to check out kinocheck.com, that's where I'm getting this stuff. But yeah, Spider-Man. We probably should wait just a little bit. Make sure people are actually in here, but I'll get around the horn and start sharing.
I already added the server and told people.
Yeah, there's going to be spoilers out the wazoo. Hey, Hyrule, we are going to talk the hell out of this movie. No non-spoilers. We are going to be talking about it. Here, I'll just...
Which I don't blame people if they haven't seen it yet, because it literally only came out like 2 days ago. The Joe tax is real? What?
Joe tax?
Joe tax?
What'd I do?
What is
Oh,
that Joe tax?
You got taxed, my friend. Ooh, that's going over. Chat box needs to be at the top. There we go. Okay. I think I'm kind of just good to get started. Let's go. I don't know. You guys want to go right to left? Thoughts left to right? What do you? Let's just give like a brief little breakdown on.
So or do you want to start from the top? Or are we just giving our synopsis now?
Well, we can.
Through the whole thing?
We'll probably go through the whole thing, but I just want like general idea first, and we can like whoever wants to start. You can start.
Do we want to give our overall ratings as well?
We can wait for ratings later. I guess if you want to.
I don't know. Maybe that might have been a good way to give people an idea of where we're coming from. Otherwise, I'll
give
our
evidence first, and then end it with our rating and why.
Yeah.
There you go.
But like right now, I just want to go over just general thoughts. Like, what do you think?
Okay. Generally had a good time.
Yes.
Definitely weak on the villain department.
Yes.
I'm glad they somewhat explored, the consequences of, No Way Home a little bit, living on his own, trying to be Peter Parker, just Spider-Man, and the consequences that come with that, and the toll it takes on him. Wish it would have cooked more on the whole monster bit, or because they had Bruce Banner, like sorry,
yes,
which again, everybody, this is super spoilers.
Oh yes,
yeah. If you haven't, fair warning, we'll put it the thing.
And they threw him in this movie, and they really could have done a lot more with that, of having the dichotomy of, Hulk as that him trying to or Banner trying to control said monster that's a part of him and suppressing it, alongside with Peter. Now he's supposed to be suppressing his spider genes, basically.
Yeah.
And Banner was just kind of, again, sidestepped in this. It was just set to show, like, hey, look, it's the Hulk we always wanted for a while. You get a thunderclap.
This
but we didn't really get to do more with that. As for Jean Grey, it's really hard to empathize with her.
No,
she's just like throwing people into traffic and shit.
My gripe with her is people. Like, well, it's like
I think Jean is an irredeemable monster.
So
this is spoilers. Okay. Completely talking about the movie. It's a complete breakdown of our thoughts on the movie.
Rat, you're more of an X-Men aficionado out of Joe and I.
I mean, compared to layman, I guess.
Jean Grey, like more of a kind of like a gray character in like amongst the X-Men, or not really?
Jean who?
No,
not particularly.
Not from what I've seen. Now again, I'm not. Okay. I don't exactly read X-Men all that much, but Jean is like an incredibly morally good person. Even when the X-Men stop being morally good people, she's still one of the better people of the X-Men, which is why it's like a issue when she becomes Dark Phoenix and like blows up. Like
my problem with Jean Grey, with
everybody
amongst a couple things,
Well, hold on. We're not breaking down. That's it. Just general thoughts. General thoughts. We'll go through the whole movie
what
here.
Joe was doing.
Well, I mean, Joe, are you finished or?
Well, I mean,
I was gonna give my opinion on what they did with Jean Grey, but now it's fine.
Well, I imagine we can talk about it once we like.
Punishment. Generally enjoyed it. Frank Castle's on screen again. Don't know why I necessarily needed him in this, but he had some of the scenes I did at least enjoy. It's funny at like if you go to Daredevil and see the dark shit he does, and then compared to like in this, it's quite a contrast. Yeah, I'm sure they understand his character, but I mean, I still had fun seeing him, Frank Castle, on screen.
He got to moo.
He got to moo. Yeah. I'll let Gabe take on the next portion. Well, obviously, got to do a full breakdown, but that's just like.
What were you? Would you like generally say you liked it? You know, like
I had a good time. I don't. What I say this is like a great, like a really good Spider-Man movie.
A summer movie.
I at least didn't fall asleep during it. I wasn't like extremely pissed while watching it. You know, it's just like it was good. It was all right.
Would you like to go, or do you want me to go?
No, I'll go. I guess the best way, I think I thought about it a little bit more. It's the third, at least for me right now, probably the third best Spider-Man Tom Holland movie. I need to rewatch Far From Home, but I think as of right now, this movie, I liked it better, or I think it is better than Far From Home, but it's not as good as No Way Home or Homecoming. Honestly, by like a large margin. I enjoyed the stuff with Hulk purely just because we got to see big bad Hulk. I was disappointed in the Hulk stuff where, same with Rat, we talked about this last night, where it's like out of all the characters that you could have picked in Marvel, out of all the characters that you could have picked in Marvel, to delve into the idea of this alternate version, this monster inside of you that you're trying to suppress or fight back, you simplified the most complicated one. Like Hulk is more than just, oh yeah, when I get upset, the Hulk comes out. It is, Rhett can go into
we'll talk about it a lot once we get to like the Hulk scene.
But it sucked that they reduced him down to just being like, oh yeah, you should let it happen. Bye. And then, he just kind of fucks off and then gets mind controlled. So that stuff I felt like we got shafted a little bit on. It definitely also felt like they just threw him into this movie mostly to just be like, look guys, another Avengers character is in a Spider-Man movie. You should go Spider-Man.
And we'll talk about it a lot more, but it is so interesting that, like, why on earth was Punisher the bigger character in this movie when Hulk has so much more to do with the actual, like, theme and mechanics of the story?
That was the second thing I was going to get to, was the Punisher. Thank you, Hyrule, by the way. I cosplayed as Hulk and had the green face paint on. When the guy said the Hulk smash scene, half the theater looked at me. That's fantastic.
I'm not. I guess I'm not a real Hulk fan. I didn't even do that.
You didn't even wear the green.
Where's the giant fist?
I wore my Hulk hat.
Where's the big fist?
Where's the fist?
He did wear the Hulk hat. Rhett did wear the Hulk hat. Then that's the second thing I was gonna get to, was the Punisher. There was like maybe a scene or two where the Punisher and Spider-Man like connect on like their past trauma and stuff, but it didn't really feel like the Punisher like had a lot of value to provide for what Peter was going through. Like Bruce would have been able to provide way more emotional support about what he's going through than the Punisher. Now, I'm not going to take away what the Punisher was in this for me. I love the Punisher. in Daredevil and the Punisher. I still thought that the stuff that he did was funny, but he did feel very out of place, especially when it's like, oh yeah, the main villains are Jean Grey and the Hulk. It's like,
and I've got a gun.
None of this makes any sense. And yeah, he makes a dumb decision trying to find Jean.
We'll get there.
Then to get to Jean, where my problem with Jean, beyond not having like an actual Spider-Man villain be like the main villain of the movie, is like if you're trying to set up X-Men and Doomsday and Secret Wars, and you're trying to set up Jean as a superhero, like as a member of the people that are going to be helping everyone and saving the world or the universe or whatever, you're going to make it, you have now made it really, really almost impossibly hard for me to want to root for her. Because she murdered people like indiscriminately and like didn't care. Like her whole motivation was, I need to find my sister and I'm willing to kill whoever I need to in order to do it. That's a villain, dog. I'm sorry. That's a villain. I would be more inclined to side with the Shocker if the Shocker was like, yeah, I'm going to help you guys out. And he just robs banks and shit. I would be more on his side. But really? Like, yeah, it's obviously sad. And we're trying to get us to empathize with her.
We'll get into it as we
go. Oh my God, man. That's like they fucking Spider-Man, they Tasm 2'd us with the start of this film. Like 20 police officers died because Spider-Man refused to like
all on
stop
Jean's
the cars from getting
all on Jean's order.
Hold on, we'll get to those
We'll get there.
Yeah,
it's over you, Gabe. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Get on the podium, right? You go.
All right.
It's okay.
I don't like being this guy. I really don't. I was it's been thank God for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. I'm gonna be real. Like, it's just something that I get to agree with the masses on. Be like, yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was cool. I like that. Because I mean, we have the Avatar Aang movie coming out as a reaction, and we have this.
You also love the Demon Slayer, yeah.
I, especially after thinking about it and waiting on it, I do not care for this movie. I think it is by far the weakest of the Holland Spider-Man movies. I think Jean Grey is one of the worst villains.
What happened in Far From Home?
Far From Home, he goes to Europe.
Fights Mysterio.
Mysterio is goddamn Loki compared to Jean Grey in terms of being a villain. Like, yeah. I do not care for this movie at all. No Way Home is a movie with a lot of really good things and a few like decently bad things that happen for like either character or plotting and stuff. This is like the inverse, where it's like most of it just doesn't function, but there are good bits that I enjoy watching. I think Tom Holland does a fantastic job. Really, again, I think Spider-Man's mostly fine in this, aside from some bizarre decisions they make him do. Like, again, Gabe mentioned it earlier, and we'll get into it. Yeah, I think this movie's mostly nonsense. I think Jean is an incredibly, incredibly bad villain in regards to us being able to sympathize with her. I think the movie just flat out forgets what she does or doesn't realize what she does.
Only Frank, with Frank Castle. I mean, he's just like, oh, I gotta kill her, bro. I gotta kill her. She's out here hurting people. So
I was siding with Frank a lot of the time.
Like, don't kill him, and it's like,
I was siding with Frank a lot. I'm like, I need Frank to.
You gotta go.
When he pulled out the 50 caliber to try and snipe her at the end, I leaned over to Rhett and I was like, don't you think it's a little overkill, Frank? She's like 12.
Missed the upper half.
I think
of the body.
It compromises a lot of the strong elements of No Way Home's ending kind of too quickly and too easily. It doesn't fully kind of develop on a lot of the ideas that it wants to play with in this movie either. I've like comparing the two Aunt May speeches, we'll get into it, between No Way Home and this movie, and I don't think it even comes close. Like No Way Home speech felt incredibly poignant. It was, practical to the moment. It mattered in the resolution of that movie, Green Goblin and all of that. The great power comes great responsibility speech. I think they did that incredibly well with Aunt May. In this one, it felt like it's like, okay, well, we need to have a speech when we'll get into it. We need to have a speech for Jean, and I was sitting there going, how does this apply to Peter? This is his memory that she's experiencing.
Yeah, because it's at this moment in time.
Are we overblowing what Jean does? No, we are not.
Yeah,
no, Jean is a mass murderer.
No,
we will get into it. No.
That scene is you had said it to me, it was made for her. With what Peter was going through at that moment in time.
Well, hold on. Let's not go into depth on this.
Didn't apply to him at all.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm once again breaking the incredibly important one movie streak of having a higher rating than Gabe and Joe. I'm almost certainly the most negative on this movie. And I want to point out, I haven't mentioned Hulk.
The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, wow, I have problems with this film, which sucks because I want to like it. Also,
especially because Spider-Man has the best track record of the MCU.
By the way, how's the stream quality, guys? How do we sound? How's this? Is the stream laggy at all?
It said I had dropped frames for a second, but I think it's.
Is it good for the most part? If it is, let us know.
But yeah, are you guys ready to get into it? Just start kind of.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Break down the scenes.
So it starts with narration from Peter. And it's just going over how he's after what he's done with No Way Home, and he's following footage of Ned and MJ as Ned live stream stuff as they're going through MIT, and a number of years go by since No Way Home. 4 years.
Yeah, and all through college.
Their whole college life. So Peter is a young 20-year-old at this point.
Mm-hmm. And he's gotten an apartment, and they've kind of glossed over how he's done.
He can afford things.
How he can afford things. How he can get apartments.
Not being a photographer.
I'm fine with him not being a photographer because they've really done absolutely nothing with that. It'd be kind of weird if he became a photographer now. But
you still need money.
It's more so just and probably, funny enough, this is probably the smartest thing to do with this because I really don't know how you go about doing this. But with the No Way Home, Peter Parker as an entity's gone. How do you apply for a bank loan? How do you get a credit card? How do you how do you get insurance? He is unless of course all that documentation is still around. No, he would I have no idea.
If he's not, how would he prove he's an American citizen if he doesn't have any?
No documentation at all.
Getting deported.
But here's the thing: if that
Spider-Man gets deported,
if all that to where? Where's he going? Just if all that information is still there, then we have to go. Okay, so people have forgot, but it'd be incredibly easy and immediate in going, oh, there's this person that I don't remember who's in 1,000 of my photos. So does it make sense? No. Is it better that they don't acknowledge it? Maybe. In terms of how that functions. But yeah,
it's sorry, Rick, keep going.
I was just gonna keep going with the breakdown.
Yeah, well, I was gonna be like you and I talked. It's okay, the majority of the technology that Peter is really, really fucking smart. He's one of the smartest people on the planet, and the majority of the tech that he makes is from dumpster diving and scrapping, and he's just that fucking smart that he can put shit together. It's like when Lex Luthor got put in prison and he made a drone out of a toothbrush and his toilet that he had in his cell. He's just like that. But that can only take you so far. You still need, money for things. What if you don't find something that you need? What if you don't have AA batteries or some shit?
Food!
You don't find any. Yeah. What about food? Rent?
Zan makes a great point. All right, officers, I stopped him from robbing $50,000. Sir, but there was supposed to be $100,000 here. Yeah, $30,000.
30,000, absolutely. Here you go, sir. $30
no,
that was taken from
Here
you.
you go, sir. $10,000.
Yeah, we saved it.
Like, if you could, you can't even go, oh, like, there was, like, a Stark Industries, like, upon his death, like, he made sure that Aunt May and Peter Parker were taken care of. Because, like,
yeah, maybe.
Because there's no way for him to prove that that money should go to him. And because Aunt May's dead and, you know, what have you. Now we could go, like, even further. Like, he does have the replicator from Brand New Day, which allowed him to do stuff. But, like, how,
yeah,
like,
he basically
does that just,
made his...
does that take, like, atoms from the air? Like, like, 3D
Unless
printers...
it recycles scrap into, and then, like, recycles it, and and then he can make...
Yeah, I would have liked just even like a throwaway line, like, oh, you like he could like deliver pizzas or something, you know?
Yeah, you could have just done what Sam Raimi did with Toby,
which he wouldn't be able to afford a bathroom, you know, in
New
York.
Economy.
Yeah, a porta potty in New York. Okay, well, to be fair,
size of his apartment. That's
I was gonna say, to be fair, who knows what it's like after the snap, but. They treat it like the snap never happened. I just whatever. Anyways,
in the No Way Home re-release, they show that he gets deleted from pictures and stuff, so it's pretty much every trace of him. Okay. As for food, maybe he just gets wet.
That'd be crazy. You imagine like you got like a group of 3 of us, you know, like pictures in Japan, and I disappeared, so it's you guys just putting your arms around nothing in the middle.
Yeah,
it's like
the footage of you, like of us doing the Sasquatch bit, where like we just and there's just nothing there.
It's just
like,
just not there.
Video of looking at the dirt when I fell over. Like,
yeah, it's just like Gabe, why did we go back to Iowa State for that graduation? I
don't know.
We graduated like well before. Like, why did we do that? Like,
yeah, I don't know, dude.
Why do I have footage of cheering at random people?
Yeah, you guys taking a video of like nothing walking across the stage.
Yeah, but it's like the small things that it's like, okay, at least give us something.
Personally, I think this is a catch-22. Like, the more you acknowledge, the less it's going to make sense. But if you don't acknowledge anything at all, it's like, okay, so how is he doing anything?
Like, you could have just given us like a 10-second scene of him like as like an Uber driver or just any, you know, like something.
Well, you know what they could do? It wouldn't make sense at first, but I mean, like, Spider-Man is now the most famous hero on the planet. Like, he's the most beloved hero on the planet. You could just have it be that, like, every time he saves somebody, you know, some poor, you know, old lady's like, oh, here you go, Spider-Man. Here's some muffins. You know, like, you know, something. It's just like, yeah, I could believe that, you know, and you could do, like, a shot of his apartment, and, like, in his fridge, it's just a bunch of, like, Tupperware containers that say "Thank you, Spider-Man" on it. Like, and it's just like, that's how he.
Yeah, I would have loved that. That would have been great. Nope, we didn't get that. So that's a notch on under the belt.
It's hardly the worst thing ever. And again, it's a win. It's a damned if you do kind of.
I thought about this after the movie, and I think I agree with it, at least as of right now. I think I prefer Spider-Man as a high school teenager more than like on his own adult.
You're reading Spider-Man. Wait till you actually get to college before you start saying all that stuff, because, like, from what I understand, the vast majority of his best stories.
That's why I said as of right now. I think after watching this, I think I prefer him as the teenage Spider-Man, and he doesn't have to worry about all, like, he's still living with Aunt May, and he's going.
God, Marvel Editorial would love you.
That thing.
It's just. I'm not gonna bring it up. Don't worry about it. All right.
Are you can making fun of me?
Just keep reading comics. All right. Not making fun of you. I'm pitting my say to Spider-Man.
Okay.
But so we continue, right? So he's watching his friends grow up from a distance, and he's not really growing. He's just kind of thrown himself into being Spider-Man.
At work, and that's all he thinks about.
But he's trying to basically living vicariously through MJ and Ned. Now, we can kind of go into this more as we go, but I do kind of wish we got more of him away from Ned and MJ after No Way Home, like developing like kind of his own relationships, because kind of a big moment of this movie is said expressly by MJ, and I kind of feel like we got that kind of more subtly at the end of No Way Home. you know, as like at the end of No Way Home, he's like, oh, I've got this big thing, you know, you love me and all this. We keep dropping frames. How's the connection on the stream, everybody? Because
it's choppy.
This is like never happened before.
Yeah.
But you know, he's got all this, like, you know, he very subtly it goes over like, oh, these are now kind of new people. And like you would expect him to try and kind of build new relationships as Peter Parker rather than get them involved with Spider-Man again, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But so he's not really progressing as a person. He's throwing himself into his work, and we see this early on where he's like kind of grabbing his wrist. This is affecting him physically. This
like
kind of isolation.
I like those
well, I think that was also just like I think a hint at
that was the web. That was the
that's what I'm saying. Like his isolation and his lack of like emotional development and growth is his psychological problems are physically manifesting, and you know we find out later that it's actually like he has like a hormone bar or something. Like it's just like I'm 100% human. Like
me when I suddenly become 100% spider.
Yeah,
it's weird. It felt like they like complete like they tried doing like they wanted to do the Man Spider plot line, but then like abandoned it like halfway. Like it felt like they really wanted to do Man Spider, but then gave up.
Maybe, but let's see. So he's just kind of living life. He's being Spider-Man. The world loves him, which we don't have to go into it here. But you know, Joe and I have only seen one episode of Daredevil Born Again. Time for more controversy. I think that episode sucks ass. I think it's horrible.
At this point, I think that the MCU just doesn't even realize that the TV shows are actually a part of the MCU.
That's so crazy because they are big marketing thing.
And also just Daredevil being in No Way Home.
Or Born Again.
No, he was in No Way Home. Yeah.
Yep.
Which it's just it doesn't make
like Wilson Fisk is able to run for mayorship on a single platform of getting rid of vigilantes, and Spider-Man is the most popular person on the planet. Vigilantes saved the entire universe. It's so stupid. But
a big part of his platform was just getting shit done. And then
whatever that means, whatever the fuck that means.
Part of it was a part of getting rid of vigilantes. And then eventually it became all about getting rid of vigilantes. And he's like, New York doesn't need him. We get shit done. Now, I am not going to try and sit here and defend it like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because clearly this movie contradicts everything that at least Daredevil season 1, Born Again, was all about with that Kingpin episode. I really like Born Again. I like Kingpin. I like the plot line of Kingpin becoming mayor.
Here, we don't need to turn this into a Born Again. I just going into the setting of the world.
It does contradict that, considering the end of the movie, we literally see hundreds of people outside of the hospital after he got shot.
They light up the Empire State Building in Spider-Man's car.
Yeah, they had his face on the fucking bridge, dude. Like they had that shit on the Brooklyn Bridge.
What I think is more pertinent to discuss for this movie specifically, less Daredevil, Kingpin, even though he's the fucking mayor. Maybe I've seen more than season 1, so he's probably been deposed. Don't worry, he'll be back again.
No, at this point he's not the mayor.
Spoilers. But
shut up.
They don't seem to give a shit at all about any other hero, which is kind of important because there are countless heroes now in the city.
Yeah.
Including both the Avengers and the New Avengers, one of which makes an appearance in this movie.
It does nothing.
It does nothing. Like
small potatoes. Small potatoes, gentlemen.
Yeah, and it is weird because like Daredevil, I will not spoil it. Daredevil becomes like imperative and publicly really important to like taking down Kingpin. So it's weird that like people know about Daredevil. People know about the Punisher. And that's the other thing with the Punisher. Why weren't people arrested? Why weren't the police arresting him? He is still a convicted murderer. Like as far as the government is concerned.
We'll get there. Okay, we gotta. So the first action set piece of the film, there's this APC that is barreling through New York City, and it's kind of uncontrollable. Peter's also working on his own homegrown little AI model, Eve. Like, he has kind of one, I can't remember, Eve was his onboard suit AI, right? Or something like that?
Yes.
That was from the previous movies.
Yes.
And it's he's kind of got like a little interface in his eyes. He's also got a police scanner app, which like on its own, like I guess it's not the most impossible thing to make, but I assume that it was given to him by his new police officer friend, DeWolf.
Yeah. She like they're working closely together, hand in hand. So I wouldn't be surprised if he develops something and they like work on it together, because she seems to be like the only person that he like talks to, or at least converses with.
We keep having like bad connection. I don't know what's.
Why are frames being so bad?
Fucking A. Didn't Mysterio turn everyone against Spider-Man with his dying message? Yes.
Yeah.
Mysterio showing the fake video of him getting killed wouldn't be affected by the magic spell.
It wouldn't, because that's Spider-Man. I can't remember if like public perception of him improves during during No Way Home, but
yes,
I guess sometime after.
There were people that were rooting for Mysterio and saying that Spider-Man murdered him, because part of the video was Mysterio going like, Spider-Man's about to kill me. His name is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
But the movie establishes that for the past 4 years, he's the biggest name in television.
Like, crime's down at a record low
because of him.
People love him. Yeah.
But so the APC, this burling through the streets, Spider-Man's kind of swinging, and the police are trying to intervene, and this was like the first moment of the movie where I was just like, what? So the APC is first off firing, this machine gun at him, and he takes it out good, but in the meantime, it's like barreling through and blowing up these police cars, and Spider-Man just dodges them. Like he
tats him to it, dude.
Yeah, it's just like
he doesn't like web them up so they stop like spinning or
like web them up in the air.
And we know that he's fast enough to be behind a moving like vehicle that's flying and then get around it in time to save people. So like how cool would it have been if we see him like, oh, there's one, he climbs on it, like crawls in it, grabs a guy, throws him out, and then like jumps out and does the other one, like, or something like that. Or even just a quick like thwip pull, get them out of the car, or catch the car, or something. But yeah, like just those people are likely dead. They were exploded many feet into the air.
Where did the APC even come from? Did we?
It was from damage control.
A damage control storage facility, which also we'll get to it. But Gene is just a fucking moron throughout this whole movie. But he's struggling pretty hard to stop this APC, which I kind of don't believe it takes him as long as it does to get him to stop the vehicle.
I honestly feel like Spider-Man is strong enough to just get in front of it and then just
with how he handles the Hulk maybe, but like,
well, remember in the first move in Civil War when Tony goes to see him and he shows the picture of
him stopping the car.
He stopped a 3,000-pound car going at 40 miles an hour. Like,
now this is a lot heavier than that, but like,
yes,
I don't believe he's having this much trouble stopping it.
No, he shouldn't have.
Like hell, if he can't, he can rip the fucking lid right off of it. Like, if anything, if he can't physically stop it, he could get in there, like push the brakes or something. But he does. Also, like, Peter, we'll get there. So he saves a kid, and I do like that scene where he's like, "Hey, you okay? Yeah, you're okay." And then he flies away. It's just like, okay, that's fun. I like that.
Gabe, he let a cop die.
The stream, he let multiple cops.
I have the stream up. It's
and potentially who knows how many. I mean, those police cars had to land somewhere. This is a busy street apparently. Like
yeah, but hey, it's a little bit further into the chase. Then we have Mr. Frank Castle showing up.
Frank was trying to stop it at.
What's Punisher's relation with the city and the police?
Yeah,
they should be trying to hunt him.
Daylight. He's in broad daylight doing shit.
They should be trying to hunt him. Like, he is as far as the government is concerned,
mass murderer.
He is a mass murderer.
Now, you can debate the ethics on the people who he is killing, but he is, like, taking the law into his own hand to kill countless people. Like, kill them. And he probably
doesn't cooperate with the APC, police.
Maybe he's trying to stop it, but like he's just driving the Punisher mobile through here. He's got his grenade launcher, just firing it off into the street. Yep. And Spider-Man is like, oh no, Frank Castle. And well, on top of the APC that is actively driving through traffic, he's like, well, I gotta go have a chat.
I gotta stop.
And he tells Frank to go home.
Well,
like, what do you mean?
Frank's got the grenade launcher, and it's the thing from the trailer where he has the grenade launcher. Peter webs it,
yanks it,
webs to the top,
pulls out another one.
And there's this funny video where he just does that like 19 times, and it's just ha ha, it's just. But it's like, okay, Peter, like, yeah, you do want to stop this, Punisher from shooting everybody, but like, you could just like web his, windshield, stop his car, and get right back to the APC. But he chats with him for a while, and then fucking kicks him out the back of the car. Like,
yep, and the van kept going.
The van kept going. Like like that could have hit who knows how many people. Like, and like Punisher's fine. Like, he gets kicked from the front of a van through out the back door and then onto the street.
It looked like he kicked like the passenger side. And like he just got like
I think it's either he kicks him or he clotheslines him, but through
regardless,
physical force, he is blasted past the chair, through the back doors, and onto the road, going 40-50 miles an hour.
Not gonna feel good.
And then Peter finally decides to go back to the APC. And the APC is on its way to the damage control lockup facility. So this is where it's also kind of like up in the air on what damage control's responsibilities and like
like they store
weapons. They store weapons and like
are rehabilitation on villains and
like
all this other shit.
And then they also take technology and then they also like take technology used by villains and then like try to
repurpose it
for,
which I think that's fine. That makes perfect sense to me.
I'm sorry, bro. The hand.
Hold on. Come on. All right, we can't talk about that yet. God, that was a fucking flashbang.
That really was. That's not where I thought they were going with it.
And because you find out that Spider-Man took out the hand. Like, he just beat the hand. Like, that was in the earlier narration when they're like, Spider-Man, here's all the comic panels. The slow motion looks so fucking weird. Like, those slow motion panels, they looked like those looked like people on like TikTok were like, here's how AI reimagines comic book panels, and it's just like, ugh, it did not.
I know
good.
A lot of people had a problem with the web swinging. They had a problem with the CGI. They had a lot of problems with the slow mo. So you're not alone in your stance on that. I'm indifferent to it. I think it's fine.
Some of the slow mo later on didn't seem quite as bad, but like it was just the beginning sequences that maybe it was just because it's the start of the movie and you're just like,
already. Well, they were trying to match it up towards those comic book covers. Which I
know that.
I liked them trying to do that.
It just didn't look good.
I enjoyed it. It was a little funky.
But so damage control, they have the ability to wipe an entire person's, most of a person's life, right, like off of the records. They store villains. They, use experimental technology to develop weapons. Like, what's their oversight? Like, what branch of the government do they report to? Are they in the private sector? I thought Tony Stark made damage control as like
Oh yeah, that's right. The Department of Damage Control back in Homecoming.
Like if it's a government managed department, which if you put department in front of something, that sounds government to me. Like who do these guys report to, if any? Like, but at any rate, the APC is going off to this location. We don't know why, but it's getting there in a hurry. And so Spider-Man, as it's like going through the front gate, he attaches it to like the roof of like the gate, system, and then attaches it to the front of the APC, and he rips and pulls, and he launches the APC,
flips the damn thing
right into the wall. Again, there was no evacuation, actually, we know that, but thankfully Peter is able to get around the APC and save a bunch of people in front of it. Again, he doesn't stop it. It continues to roll and smash, but thankfully it doesn't hit anybody. I'm glad we have Savage Hulk again. So am I, but we'll get into that.
Talk about Hulk later.
So he again after this, another moment I like. Peter's like, "All right, is everybody okay? Everybody out. We need everybody to get out in here." Like he immediately kind of starts to try and like get people out of the building, kind of almost take control of the situation. It helps show that he's experienced. Like he's not like, I think everybody should get out. He's like, no, everybody out of the building, and he goes and he gets out there and he opens the hatch to the APC, and what does he find? An old woman. And there's a funny line. It's like, "Can you step out of the tank, please?" Or something like that. "Please leave the vehicle." But then she's like, "Spider-Man?" So Jean has an unbelievably good ability for what she wants to do this movie, and she rarely uses it in a way that will get her what she wants. It's really nice of her to make jumping
the choreograph the jumps
the most obvious thing in the universe. Like later on in the movie, well, this old lady, she looks at a guard and does this motion towards him, and he does this motion, and then does that as a look to Spider-Man. And Spider-Man does his spider sense, and it's like, yeah, I'm sure having your spider sense makes that easier, but like I would have noticed that. I would have been like,
the guard
what
like,
was that?
Yo, Bob, you good?
Are you good, Bob? And so he webs his feet to the ground, which, by the way, Spider-Man's webs take an hour to dissolve, and they're strong enough to hold the Hulk. That man died. We'll get into it, but that guy's dead.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So the guard, now that his feet are webbed, he does this motion, and then somebody on the parapet above him does this.
Yeah.
And then starts walking away.
Body hopping chase.
And so they start to... Spider-Man starts to trace this person, and there's a big crowd trying to evacuate the detention facility, and this person who has been possessed just keeps kind of jumping into a person a little bit further. There seems to be some kind of range. Coincidentally, at the same time this is all going down, maybe not so coincidentally, Scorpion is being moved from one cell to another. So maybe, I could probably believe this more if the Damage Control's detention facility isn't like prison. It's more a villain or enhanced individual has been defeated. We're going to
it's a holding cell until we get them to a proper
until we're able to get them to a proper holding facility. So this is where we can take their suits or find out if there's any way we can like dampen their abilities or anything like that. What is needed for this kind of system to happen. And so he's being moved to some other kind of facility. And the body hopper jumps into a security guard, who then jumps into a soldier, who goes to the guy who's part of the group, and he's like, "Actually, never mind. Don't follow this route. Follow this one. This is a direct order from so-and-so." I'm not really sure that's how that works. I don't think you can just, like, say that's how it happens, but I guess it's maybe a little bit more believable since there's this whole, like, terrorism incident going on.
We didn't even get, like, a formal communication. Hold on,
there's so much lag going on. Why?
It's actually been... I mean, I've been watching it. It's been fine.
Yeah, it's fine on my end, what I'm seeing.
But it's like, in that scene, we didn't even get, like, any, like... He didn't even get, like, called or radioed. He just said that to them, walked away, got possessed, came back, said it. So, like, they didn't really have any reason to believe that
he got, like, I don't believe that's how protocol would allow that to happen, but I'm willing to suspend it a little bit with the whole APC exploding in. Like, it's like, oh, we don't have time to go through the appropriate channels. We have to get them to this prison or what have you. But the helicopter's getting away. Spidey gets to the roof, and the officer's like, "Save me, Spider-Man!" And he falls off the building. So this is like the who knows the number of person that has been an attempted murder, if not actual just death. But Spider-Man saves him, webs him to the building, and then you get the line, it's like, "You can see me." And it's like, yeah, you make it really fucking obvious.
Yeah,
like
obvious.
you make it like unbelievably unmissable on kind of what's happening here. And then this person who's possessing this body tries to possess Peter's body, and they get like a fragment of a memory, which is Peter sitting down and he's in a spider suit. Clearly it's after the events of Civil War, because he's got the Tony Stark bag that says "Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man" on it or something like that, or it's from TS or something like that. And he's in the suit. Aunt May comes to walk in and she starts talking about like, oh, you're going through changes, and then this will be kind of more brought up as we go later. But she gets rebuffed. Whoever this possessor is gets rebuffed, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't like get into you.
Sorry, one brief moment again. Did Homecoming come after Civil War?
Yes.
Well, like the movie release date, but timeline.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it came before Civil War.
Mm-hmm. Because it came after Civil War, because it opens.
Homecoming literally starts with Tony and Civil War.
With Tony and Peter like in the car, and he's like, "So, do you have another mission?" It's like, "We'll let you know." Like, and then it's like, "Oh, okay." And then they have that awkward hug, and then he leaves.
Right.
Homecoming is way better.
Should I like? Is there a way for me to like pause the stream or something and like reconnect?
I mean, it's been fine on my end. How is it for everybody else?
Yeah, how's it looking for everyone else?
There is like a little bit of lag.
There shouldn't be any lag.
I know. I don't know what's going on there. Is your MS low?
Let's see.
Or you just got Wi-Fi problems?
27% drop frames. I don't get. Am I like trying to stream like too aggressively or something? What's going on? Like,
you trying to stream in that 4K?
It might be the video, Red, that you're streaming, maybe.
No, there's no way.
I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there.
I don't know what's. Nope, didn't want to do that. Frames of stream connection troubleshooting locations. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to deal. But so the person disappears, and we cut to that like officer being like, Spider-Man, and then he's in a
I love you, Spider-Man.
He's in a stretcher, and he goes, and kind of pertinent for the movie, he goes, I don't remember anything. I can't remember anything. And then he's like, I love you, Spider-Man. So there's the reveal later on, and it's just thinking on it, it's not like the most impossible, like it doesn't have to actually be a lie in what's being said, but the reason why Spider-Man finds out that he's being lied to later on in the movie should be from information that he should already be readily available on.
Yeah.
And because like they've established that he has a relation with the members of the police force, specifically DeWolf, a member of the NYPD, and nobody's responded. It actually kind of makes me worried in chat. Hello, chat. Anybody listening? Say hi for a second.
Hopefully it's still working.
I don't get what's going on. This never happens. But DeWolf would have interviewed every single person who was really there, let alone affected. And if Spider-Man himself didn't ask like the people who were affected just for like leads and ideas, DeWolf almost certainly would have let him know. Oh, here's a pattern on the people who were infected. Every single one of them has the same story. Okay, hi Samuel Jasper. All right, we got some kind of response. Hola. Just okay, so long as people can still hear. Good. I am not listening. Good.
Thank you, PJ.
And so Peter goes, hey, I have someone who might be able to help. And my first thought was, oh, right, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
You had somebody who pushed you out of your body and made you like a spirit. If you're thinking it's like a body possession, even mind control,
magic shit,
this seems magic-y. Let's go check with our magic friend, who not only we know is willing to help us, but actually owes us, and also would be the easiest person in the world to explain why they don't know you, which they do know you on a personal level, because Doctor Strange fought a number of times with Spider-Man, which he would remember all instances of. But if he's like, hey, by the way, I'm Peter Parker, you use that spell that you established you and Wong use all the time, that's why you don't remember me.
I think that when they did that, I feel like they were also trying to imply that Spider-Man also got erased
but they
and
didn't.
not just Peter Parker because Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
No, we expressly didn't, because MJ at the end of No Way Home is like, oh yeah, we were saved by Spider-Man. Like, she remembers every event with Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
But so I'm like, okay, Doctor Strange, she'd be able to give us a lot of information on this, or at least let us know if it's magical or not, you know? And if Doctor Strange isn't there because he's stopping incursions with Clea or something, whatever the fuck's going on there,
Yeah,
Wong would be there.
Yeah.
And, like, he'd be like... And if there would be somebody at the Sanctum Sanctorum,
I was gonna say, literally
Peter.
anybody, an intern would be more helpful than no
that
one.
fucking Minotaur can't be like, yo, what's up? How can I help? Like, you know.
What about the one Asian motherfucker with no hands?
Like,
you guys remember that dude?
I don't actually. I try not to remember.
He was in the first Doctor Strange.
Oh right, him.
He's like Doctor Strange.
Well,
like,
he's at Kamar-Taj, not the Sanctum Sanctorum, but like,
call him in.
call him. Get him off the bench. He'd be more helpful than Punisher. But he doesn't, in fact, go to Doctor Strange. He gets on a train and he heads to, you know, one of the other boroughs on the outside of the city, and he goes to this like little sauna place, and he asks like, hey, is this in such and such address? And the lady at front is like doesn't say anything. And Peter just goes, okay, yeah. And I found that really funny. You know, it's just like,
all been there.
It's a situation we've all been in, where it's just like, oh, there's a language barrier here, and or maybe not even a language barrier. It's just one of those moments where you just did not quite understand what that person said, and you don't really want to go, huh, for the third time. Like, it's just like,
just play along.
Yes. Yeah. So he goes into the sauna, and who do we find? Why, Yelena. The Black Widow. He thinks to go here because he thinks that this is brainwashing going on as related to the Black Widows of the Red Room. Why would he think that? Why would he know any of this? Like, why would he reason any of that? I don't remember Spider-Man having any relation with any Black Widow plotline or storyline. Like,
we've talked about this, how the Marvel movies make it seem like
everybody inside them
inside the MCU has
gone
to the theaters and seen the MCU movies.
Oh my god, I remember
so they all
watching
just kind of know everything.
WandaVision, when fucking Kat Dennings' character breaks down Vision's entire life to him, like she watched it, like she was there, and it's like, Kat Dennings, how the fuck do you know any of this? Yeah, and that's they treat it like they have seen the movies. But he goes to Yelena. It's like, hey, you know, Black Widow stuff. Is this Black Widow things? And she's, you know, naked in a sauna, and she's like, it's my office. Am I supposed to take Yelena seriously? Like, because
she's supposed to be like, her and her dad are weird, like, comedic relief.
I don't take any of them seriously.
No, but she's like this weird, like her and her dad are like weird comedic relief characters.
Black Widow is a horrible movie, but like, Yelena has some of the best scenes in it. Both her and David Harbour, Red Guardian, have like the only really good moment of that movie. But like, the scene where she's sitting down, she's like, you guys keep talking like this wasn't a real family. To me, this was a real family. It's like, oh, that's like a good moment. And while we could talk about like how much it kind of is brand new for that movie, they wanted to do something like emotionally driven with Yelena for Thunderbolts. Like, especially after watching Hawkeye, for watching Brand New Day. Not Brand New Day. Fucking the Daredevil Afterbirth. Her mental state is kind of new in Thunderbolts, but they're trying to do something serious with her. But like, she's so unserious in this movie, to the point where I'm like, what are we doing with her? Am I supposed to think she's some kind of clown woman? Like, is that the kind of thing that you want me to get from Yelena?
But hold on. Sorry, keep going. There's just someone sent a big message. I wanted to read it.
Okay.
I will be honest, this is not so much about Brand New Day, but there has been no build up for Doom in the MCU.
Yeah, at all.
What does Brand New Day do to build up Doom? and what he may do.
It does more than any movie with Doom could possibly do to build up Doomsday, and that's make $1 billion. Like
I was hoping we would see something about Battleworld or something. I know originally that it was supposed to be about Kang, but still, I'm not sure if the plan was for Brand New Day to come out after the original Kang Dynasty movie. But I would have loved if they had some breadcrumbs to build up Doom or something for Doomsday in this movie. That, and I'm a cynic for the MCU. Well, I call it bastardized Marvel.
Literally the only thing it was supposed to be was a hint at mutants and the technology with the inhibitor.
Yes, that's. I can't wait for Spider-Man to be single-handedly responsible.
But really, I mean,
and we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I wait for Peter to be responsible for the extinction of all X-Men everywhere and all mutants everywhere.
Dude, we haven't even. Oh, well, I mean, to be fair, look at the only 2 mutants that have shown up.
Man, Yelena would have been great to help Spider-Man, and her interaction with Frank would have been amazing. Yep. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice if she would have helped.
Hold on, it's well, what value does it
have done?
Add for
what would she have done that the Punisher couldn't already do?
But again, it was why was Punisher in this?
Well, funny enough, I think Yelena works better than.
She probably could sneak up
on Yelena could be like, hey, I've lost a sister too. I've lost a sister to clandestine organizations. I understand kind of what you're going through. You can't do this though. This is not what your sister would want. It's probably what her sister would want. She's kind of a monster too. And
the Punisher
she makes more sense than Punisher. The only correlation that Punisher and Peter have is the loss of family, but the way they lost them is so different. But she makes Peter get into the bath, and Peter keeps his mask on. This feels like, don't get me, I like this, but this feels like a direct addressing of a lot of criticism people have had of the first 3 Spider-Man movies, where it's Peter takes his mask off at every single opportunity, even if it's an opportunity that should not happen. He takes his mask off, and now, he's got nanotech now. Now it's even easier. So it's no, we're keeping the mask on always. I appreciated that, and I thought the bit of him
I thought it was funny. It made me think of Lego Batman or Lego Star Wars when you had
the stormtroopers
in the or even Lego Batman where it's he's naked and he just got still got the cowl on though because you got to conceal the identity. I liked it. I thought it was funny.
The one bit that did make me laugh was when he brought his toes up out of the water.
Yeah, it's just relaxing.
Yelena just paused and stared at it.
Sorry. But Yelena goes, he's like, hey, is this having anything to do with the Black Widows? And is this your tech or is this something going on here? And she goes, oh, Black Widow mind control. No, actually, no.
It's a lich.
Ghost, spirits, ghost. And, she's mostly just a joke. And then she's like, this is my office. Welcome to my office. And he's like, I need help with something. And she's like, oh, well, we are new Avengers. We focus big potato stuff. You're small potato.
We are street level.
And it's
you are building level.
Oh, so you guys are doing big things? What are they? Because the whole city loves and exclusively loves Spider-Man, and your whack-ass building is in the middle of town. It's the largest building there. Nobody brings you up once during this whole movie. You are the only person that brings yourself up during this whole movie. What do the new Avengers do? Also, Spider-Man is better than every single member on your team in terms of ability, with the exception of Sentry, who you can't even use, nor is he reliable. It's just, what's your aversion to Spider-Man?
Avengers wouldn't show up when you have a kilometer wide
just the APC.
Well, that too is dangerous, but that showing up and freezing a bunch of people in place. No new Avengers.
You could say that there's a character that makes an appearance in this film who's actually responsible for the formation of the Avengers that doesn't result in the Avengers showing up. So she gives him why don't you check for spookums, the ghosts, the leche, the milk.
Look for Code Geass.
And so he what does she is this where she name drops VMAX? Yes, it is. She named it's how does she come to this again? Does she like look up on the computer yet, or like
it's about Yelena?
Yelena, because she's the one who gives him the VMAX like clue.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about, because like for the reveal on what that was, how would that even make sense of searching that up?
Well, it doesn't make sense. Like, how does she find any of this information? We find out that the target of her search is all of their information has been scrubbed. But you found it. Like, it's like the information.
So didn't they say that her sister like communicated with her at some point and just only said the words VMAX?
Yeah, but because Yelena gives that information to Peter. Right? I'm not misremembering that, right? Like, it was Yelena who gave that information?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was like, yeah. Well, I mean,
about what VMAX like was, or who would be working on it, or are you talking about?
Oh,
but
like,
it was about what VMAX was.
Gene mentioned that VMAX is to him. About
okay,
like,
so I
why don't you try asking your friends that like
yeah, and then Peter brought it up to Yelena.
Yeah,
and Yelena was like, "Oh yeah, it could be weapons, it could be drugs, it could be anything, bad small potatoes."
Yelena found the search history. Okay, so that sends Peter to damage control. At damage control, this is where we get the breakdown. We have this like automated like system that like it scans you for like enhanced physical, like it scans his DNA.
Recognition. It was a facial Are you talking about the city thing?
The city, the thing at damage control. Also, Peter apparently just has access to every single camera in the city, and can run facial diagnostic like searches on every camera in the city.
That's fucked up.
And they do have like a throwaway line from DeWolf where it's like, "That sounds very illegal. Don't tell me that." And it's like, first off, Peter, how'd you even get that? Second, yeah, that's super unethical. Like Morgan Freeman was willing to not work for Batman for this kind of exact thing. This is dangerous. This is wrong. And so long as this is work here at Wayne Enterprises, I won't be. Like, but Peter's just fine with it. No, it's not really brought up as an ethical dilemma. But to be fair, that's kind of a less invasive ethical practice that is not really addressed in this movie. It is Otto Octavius type shit.
Yeah, it is.
And so he goes to damage control, he gets scanned, and this thing scans, and it gets all of his stats, like, enhanced physical strength. It's even like, it's able to tell that he has spider DNA. And it's like, wait, so you know who he is.
Them a facial scan and stuff.
Like, how do you not already know who he is? Like, you have, like, every single aspect of his... You can scan his genome, but, like, you need
person that, could be... posing as Spider-Man somehow got in here, but also has spider DNA.
Well, not just that. Like, you need him to take off his mask to run a facial scan, but you can just have him stand in the metal detector and get, like, his entire genome sequenced. Like, like, they got everything on this guy. But he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't take off the mask." And instead of them being like, "Oh, sorry," there's, like, an immediate, like, "You're going to be shot to death. Like, we are going to shoot you to death." Yeah. And so at least security's incredibly high here. It takes, like, the head of damage control as its entirety, the head of damage controls of this branch. But it takes him to, like, come down and be like, guys, "Please don't shoot Spider-Man. Relax. He's with me." Which, I mean, do we want to go into, like, do we want to save it for the Hulk bit, or do we want to talk about how Gene's plan really fucking stupid right now?
Save it for the Hulk bit.
Okay, so Spider-Man, he goes set up to damage control. We see, like, so we get, like, damage controls, like, MO, like, here, what we do is we help identify, like, enhanced and technologically superior ideas and tech, and we reconstruct them for better use. And then a fucking flashbang happens, and it's like,
the hand.
The hand's here. The hand. What?
Dude, it was... I don't know how many of you guys have watched Daredevil season 1 or season 2. If you haven't watched the Daredevil Netflix show, go watch it. The hand is if I remember correctly, makes some appearances in season 1, but is like the main antagonistic force of season 2. Oh my God, are they different? Oh my God, are they different? It's just not the same.
They look different.
Group.
They act different. They think different. Like they move
differently. You're telling me that Daredevil was able to beat these guys, but the superior in every possible way Spider-Man,
who's even more superior than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, granted, that's due to movie budget, and it's way farther now down the line than it was then.
Dude, the Hand were moving like they were in like those like wushu like Chinese sword fantasy movies where they're like complete wire work. Like,
oh yeah, I know.
That is like Nobu was not moving like that. Like
Nobu was not working like that.
Spider-Man
Elektra wasn't moving like that when she was the Black Sky. Like
so whatever that means.
Thanks, Defenders.
But yeah, no, the Hand like whoops his ass.
Cage don't move like that, and he's got super strength.
Well, but again, we digress back to the fact that we employed the Hand when they're a shadow government fucking
that have their fingers in like
they're the puppet. They're the puppet masters behind the puppet masters. Like
which is like the 5th organization we have. Like
they're like they're not just a shadow. They're not just a shadow government. They are a religious, fanatical, zealot shadow government. These guys' whole thing was bringing Black Sky, and they were led by 5.
There's dragons in the ground.
They were being led by 5 immortal ninjas.
Where's the immortal Iron Fist when you need him?
Oh man,
where's the Iron Fist?
Where is the dude? How do you think Danny feels about the fucking Hand working at damage control? Where's Matt? How do these guys feel about these guys working in direct proximity to the most advanced supervillain technology?
I can imagine.
Oh my God.
It'd be just like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and it's like Daredevil just talking with damage control. It's like, yeah, we employed these new ninjas. They're from the Hand, and there's like, what?
Daredevil's like, I saved. Daredevil's like, I did all this work to defeat the Hand. They killed Stick. They killed Elektra. They destroyed my life. I had to fight hundreds of them, and it took nearly killing me multiple times, and I finally did it. Oh, hey, Daredevil, what's up? Oh, I just finished beating the Hand. Oh, yeah, I did too. They work for the government now. What?
Yeah, they got like 401ks and everything.
they got dental.
Yeah. Dental, yeah.
Spider-Man, did you know that there's dragons beneath the city? Go watch Daredevil.
Spider-Man. There are dragons in the city. I'm the mayor.
Is that Kingpin telling Spider-Man?
So, we moved past the Hand being there, and so then we was like, oh, here's the Shocker gloves. Like, we're repurposing that into trying to re-engineer it and make weapons for the good guys. And at this point, it's like, this is the most obvious going to be twist villain in history. And it's like, oh, you're showing like a competent government structure, and like, you're not trying to portray them as like shadowy or corrupt in any way. Oh, so they're the bad guys. You expect me to believe that you would ever portray an effective and like good government agency or whatever this is? That's funny. You employed the Hand. Like
I did kind of laugh too when I saw the Shocker tech. I'm like, Homecoming happened. Okay, that was what year of high school for them?
20.
It was his freshman year. It was his freshman year or sophomore year, I think. Because he was batting up with his like junior senior girlfriend.
7 years have passed since Shocker's been.
It's more than that, Joe.
And all they've done is they.
Bro, the dude in that scene literally has them on. Bro, the dude in that scene literally just has them on, turns them on, and is just. That motherfucker's about to be. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you, that motherfucker's not doing research. He's about to become the next Shocker. He's like,
Gabe, don't project. Don't project, Gabe. I know you.
Yeah, you're right. That's actually a good point, dude. Vulture must be like fucking rolling over in his grave in prison because he's like, dude, they not only stole my construction job, they stole my Tinker with Atari Tech job too.
Dude,
that's a good point.
Right. Dude, Kid put in such a good point. They literally really did just steal Vulture's job and his gimmick.
Yeah.
Also, they didn't really explain like how Scorpion got his suit either. Like where he got it from, how he made it. Did he get it from somebody?
Yeah, during the very beginning where Spider-Man is like fighting a bunch of his rogues gallery, or at least whoever is available that we don't really care about. Like Scorpion's there, and they have like a power suit for him and a scorpion tail, and they have repertoire. Why didn't you give him a helmet or like a mask that functions as a helmet? Yeah. You know how much harder it is for me to believe that this guy fights Spider-Man when he has power suits across his entire body except for the most vulnerable part?
Like, the most important part?
Yeah. Like, Spider-Man hits him with a piano and he does, like, let's end on a high note. Bong!
No, it's weird because, like, traditional Vulture doesn't have, like, a helmet or anything or a mask. In his movie, he has one.
Yeah.
In a traditional sense for Scorpion, he has a mask. He doesn't have one in this one.
If you're not going to make him enhanced due to like biological processes,
no, they didn't give him a mask because they wanted to be like, look, the actor that you saw from Homecoming.
Yeah, and he's a great actor, and everybody likes him. You're right, but it's just like
only reason why they did it.
A little bit of getting ahead of ourselves. Spider-Man whips this guy at like 90 miles an hour into an oncoming car, and like
he should have died probably.
Dead. Like
he just
stopped pulling those punches there. Like Scorpion should be like near like on death's door.
No, he should be fucking dead. Like sure, I can believe his body is fine.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Of, like,
I feel like maybe
sci-fi
only
power armor, but like he should look like Akaza. Like
he got like ricocheted into that fucking police cruiser.
And Tombstone.
Anyways. So we had a conversation with Mr. Not Evil Department director.
We knew instantly he was the bad guy.
Yeah, it's like, you ever hear about VMAX? He's like,
and funny enough, he hasn't. He has no fucking idea what the hell VMAX is. Like
for once, he did not tell a lie.
And he's like, "You're Spider-Man. You're a friend of Damage Control." And he's just like, "Oh, thanks. Let's go get Scorpion." Because is this where he finds out that like, Scorpion was sent to a prison and then like 10 minutes later walked straight out. And it's just like,
how did he even get his hands back on his suit? Wouldn't they have like Damage Control like locked that shit up?
Well, I guess she got it when she got the APC. Also, we completely glassed over this. So going all the way back to the APC chase, when it lands in the building, there's actually a bomb in there that blows up and likely injured an incredible amount of people, probably killed an incredible amount of people if it wasn't for the efforts of Spider-Man. Remember that guy who we talked about getting his web
to the floor?
Yeah, he was webbed to the floor right next to the APC. He died. He blew up.
Him just watching the bomb countdown, just like, somebody, please.
He died. Telling the truth about VMAX made it more suspicious. Yeah, probably. But
I already didn't believe him.
Yeah, so Jean Grey, or whoever is doing this, from the start, drove an APC wildly through oncoming traffic, probably injuring and likely killing a number of people, driving it directly into a facility with the express purpose of releasing a violent criminal. Also, why did she need Scorpion again? We'll go over it, but like this whole thing... Again, she's really stupid in this movie. Stupid, violent, and dangerous. And she created a bomb and threw it into an office space during the middle of the day. So whoever's doing this is a monster. Like an incredible villain. And so Spidey's like, okay, I gotta go like, find Scorpion and whatnot. But this is where we start to kind of wind down a little bit. We get a little bit more Petery. Is this when he...
I think it's when he goes up to find Ned and MJ, right? Like he follows Ned to like his apartment, like that.
Yeah, because he goes and gets flowers for Aunt May's grave, and he at the flower stop that he sees Ned.
Yep.
And he follows him to because he's watching, like he's following their like Instagram account or something, and they moved in together. They have an apartment because they both graduated, and they're like looking for jobs and stuff. And he follows him to like a housewarming party, and he kind of, you know, meanders around. We also have found out that there's this, you know, really cute girl that lives in his apartment that Peter just does not care about at all because he's just still that hung up on MJ and Ned. And he kind of meanders around. He gets a drink, and he finds that Ned has this wall of Spider-Man, and he's like trying to figure out who he is, and he's like marking down every location he's been because he's actually the creator and operator of the Where's Spidey app or whatever, which Spider-Man actually uses from time to time. I'm gonna watch this movie again. I'm sure of it. I'm likely not gonna pay to see this movie again. Not that it needs my money. This movie's gonna make more $1 billion. But
I wonder how much it's already
made. It's probably it might have already made like $1 billion. Like it's doing.
It's projected to make over, Joe, I don't know if I told you this. It's projected to make over 800 million opening weekend.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man.
Oh, you're right. We find out that like that Ned has like this addiction to this energy drink, and we kind of focus on it for a bit, but we don't really do anything with it.
Yep. As of right now,
the shark fire energy.
Sorry, as of right now, it has grossed 168 million domestically. It is a record.
Domestically. Oh my
God. That's a record.
And we still have Sunday. We still have tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mistaken, today's Saturday, right?
So Thursday, the previews on Thursday grossed 72 million, which shattered the previous all-time record of 60 million for Endgame. Opening day, which was Friday, grossed 168 million, which broke the all-time single-day domestic record. And then India had 211.27 crore gross, which is the equivalent of 25.3 million accumulated across
a lot. It's made a lot of money, and it's still got we're still halfway through the weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna make $1 billion.
I'm behind on the stream, but they did clarify in the movie that Jean didn't kill anyone. She just hurt a lot. She killed people.
Very hard time.
Bro,
she absolutely killed people.
Are you fucking kidding?
We'll get to like the absolute inescapable she killed people. If she somehow if God came down and actually graced her with all of her deaths not happening, a number of these were intended to occur. Like,
yeah, and even if these people weren't dead, they are severely injured.
They are dead though. They died.
She had some people she had people shooting each other. She made the Punisher shoot people.
Shark fire energy is what's going to turn Ned into Hobgoblin.
Like, even if they are not dead, it's like, okay, you have assaulted people with intent to injure. You are getting years and years and years in prison. You are a bad person.
Doesn't matter.
And that's just
the physical aspect.
The physical aspect. We're not even talking about.
Thank you, PJ. Yeah, that was one
taking over people's bodies.
Or, you know, also the times where Spider-Man had to save, like, would have killed MJ, you know, as well.
Would have killed the guy in the tower.
No.
We'll get there.
Wait. What about that one motherfucker that got hit by a car?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
That dude is dead. That motherfucker died. I'm sorry, bro. You cannot tell me, dude. They came out. Like, oh no, none of them are
her final moment probably resulted in the deaths of 100 people at a minimum. But we'll. Why was she moving like the purple? Dude, she was. Dude, at least like David Tennant was like fun and like cool and British. Like, she's just like a monster with none of the charisma. I once told a man to go fuck himself. Can you imagine? But David Tennant's Purple Man is one of the best villains of the MCU. Anyways, so he gets the chance to talk with Ned. He finds out that Ned is a super big Spider-Man fan, which why wouldn't he be? Spider-Man has mysteriously been around them quite frequently during their high school years. Ned created this app for him. He's a big Spider fan. And then MJ comes in the room, and MJ, he kind of has his pretty lady kind of moment.
Oh, what do I do?
And there's a scene from the trailer. He's like, oh, a friendly neighbor, because he's giving her the flowers for his housewarming gift, or at least that's what he says the flowers are for. And you know, they clearly have kind of like a chemistry and a dynamic between them. And especially with kind of the theme of the movie, I'm still kind of wondering why Peter didn't try to connect with them on an individual level without like telling them that he's Spider-Man and like telling him like about this.
You know, it doesn't mean you could like.
You don't have to
restart.
Yeah, like, because the message of the movie is that like no, like you should be a part of their lives as Spider-Man, like it's okay to be Spider-Man with them, which I mean that's kind of antithetical to the message of No Way Home. But like, you don't have to be Spider-Man and engage with them. You should be building up your personal life as Peter. If the message of the movie is don't be a shutout, don't only be Spider-Man, you need to have a balance. You can be Peter Parker and have a life. Like that, like, why haven't you tried to... And also, you'd be playing on easy mode, dude. Oh my gosh, how'd you know that, like, jelly donuts were my favorite? Oh yeah, I'm just good like that. Like, you know, like... like, oh, hey, do you want to go see this movie with me? And it's just like, oh, how'd you know this is my favorite movie? It's
like, yo, bro, I bought the new Death Star. You want to build it with me? Like, bro, friends forever, right?
Like,
there.
he would drop one line on like a Marxist book, and like MJ would be like, oh my gosh, are you like the perfect man for me? Like he'd say one thing about anarchy, and she'd be like, ooh. All right, hold on. I took the message that he's allowed to be Peter, not that he can be Spider-Man with them. I feel like the movie's pretty okay with him like interacting with people, even with Spider-Man, because like we get to see that moment where he's just chilling and playing with Legos. We'll get there. But yeah, he's doing what he believes he needs to. He's keeping his distance. He finds out that MJ is looking for a job. She got accepted, but she doesn't want it because she doesn't want to work for that company.
Hinted some aerospace companies, was kind of funny.
And we find out that she has a boyfriend. She's moved on, which I mean, yeah.
Moved on to Flash.
Well, was that Flash? I thought that was just
we just thought it was Paul.
No, it's a different guy.
That's not Flash.
That's not Flash. That's not Flash.
No.
It's not even close to Flash.
Joe, Flash is the fucking like Indian. Oh, I guess they're both Indian, but no, that's not Flash.
They were both. That guy was definitely Indian. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's Indian, but he wasn't Flash.
Are you kidding me? Do you think for a second they would have Flash in there and not have him say something stupid?
Oh, I mean, it's been like.
At any rate, it doesn't really matter. Also, Peter would recognize him, but it doesn't really matter because the point is that MJ's moved on. All right, she is with someone else. Her life is developing, and sure, she makes this like statement that's like, it feels like I'm missing something. It feels like my life deserves more, or there's something gone. Which, you know, like that. If I were Peter, I'd be like, I could feel that, but like that, she's unhappy, feeling unfulfilled, but she has moved on. Not that she had a choice, but Peter kind of leaves, and he's like, he's super sad, like swinging through the rain. Like,
well, I gotta run through the rain here real quick.
I like that scene. I did enjoy it. I did like that scene actually.
And so he's swinging through. Maybe it's just because like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 swing scene is just phenomenal. But the swing scenes didn't, especially because this is like our first time with Spider-Man really in a city. They were serviceable. I was kind of hoping for more in terms of like the swinging scenes. But yeah, he's like having a bad time, and he gets home, and he it's like Shrek 2, you know, after my head. And he collapses, and he wakes up in a cocoon, and he has now organic webbing. He's in the middle of like this alleyway. He falls on his back, and he's undergoing these genetic changes. That's clearly Jabba. True.
Must be.
And Jabba the Hutt. And so he's kind of freaking out. He tries to put his web slingers on, and like they like get shot off.
Yeah, you can't do it at the same time because like the action would activate his webbing, which would shoot the
organic webbing
artificial webber.
He then like gets an alert that like Scorpion's on the prowl, and it's like he leaves his web shooters home, and I'm like, Peter, that's like horribly irresponsible and dangerous. Like, you have no fucking idea. Like, he has Eve run a diagnostic on him, and it's like, oh, apparently your, like, spider levels are way higher than your human levels.
You are now 60% spider.
Yeah, you have, and he has artificial web glands in his arms. And he tries to test it out, and he mentions that Peter 2 had organic webbing. It is the best part of Spider-Man's kit. His web shooters are cool. But he's organic webbing. He has no idea the limitations on them, how they function. Like, and he's also just losing a good section of his kit because his web shooters are now huge and they come with like web grenades and stuff.
Yep.
And so, oh no, Tobafu. Oh no.
God.
More importantly, he doesn't really have a good handle on them. Nor so with like the sheer just change of his biology. Like, they could have like 2 feet of rope in them. Like, for all he knows, like, he doesn't know how much webbing he can generate. He's not good with, like, the fine details. Oh, this is how you make a web net. This is how you make a web rope. This is how you cut it off.
I was going to say, he has no idea how to do the long strand or even just, like, shots or spray.
And then at least, like, later, he was just like, shoot, and web on.
Yeah,
Web on.
Yeah, he doesn't know the limitations and mechanics of this. And he's going to go, and because of that, he fucking destroys so much stuff on his way to stop Scorpion. Like, who's paying for that, Peter? And it's like, oh, well, he can't put the web shooter on, because if the web shooter's on, then can you not put it on the top? Like, can you not, like, use Eve and your 3D printer to quick make some, like, adjustments on it so it can be fired from the top? Like, or higher up on the forearm? Literally just below that. Like, like, it had to be that you went without your web shooters. What if whatever's causing you to have this thing stops working halfway through mid-swing? Like Spider-Man 2. He can't do web grenades without web shooters. Exactly. Like, it was irresponsible and dangerous to not bring his web shooters.
Yeah.
But he shows up, and Jean Grey has taken control. Don't spider sticks fall off? I'm not aware. I'm not a spiderologist. And
I'm working on it.
Jean Grey has taken control of Scorpion, and he has his suit, and he's like attacking like damage control areas to try and get information. We'll go over why Jean is a freaking idiot. But he's like,
and then there's sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
Well, now this time around again, for some reason, it's like he can't sense her anymore.
Well, his spider sense isn't working because now he has just super senses.
Yeah. Like, everything's overloaded. Also, Rhett.
But that's never quite explained.
Also, Rhett, Spider-Man can't see ghosts. Rhett was complaining and saying that he thought that they were going to give Spider-Man the ability
to see ghosts. It was just funny how they were, it seemed like they were giving a lot of kind of the make Hulk, like, special niche abilities to Spider-Man.
Which, like, apparently Hulk can see ghosts, which I didn't know that.
Yeah, he can. He's been able to see ghosts for a long time. It was just about the astral form and all that. Doesn't really matter here. But Spider-Man gets there, and he smashes into a cop car. He's, like, destroying signs, just causing who knows how much money and property damage on his way here. But I'm sure the city will forgive him. The mayor is Wilson Fisk. Absolutely. Apparently not anymore. I'm sure he went to prison, but don't worry, won't explain how he gets out. Scorpion is like, I'm gonna fight you, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like, well, I'm gonna fight you, and they tussle, and Scorpion's kind of getting the upper hand, except Jean is like messing with him as he does this, oh, you can't sense me anymore, as she flomps into somebody, really, apparently. But she's got Pete on the ropes, and then Pete, like, whoosh, like spider eyes, like he succumbs to his loneliness or something. And he just beats the piss out of Scorpion, completely overpowers him, like, is punching him all the long day.
He should have killed him.
And then like whips him at, like, super speeds into a cop car. Like, again,
should have killed him.
Scorpion's head completely exposed. He's dead. He's gone. Jean, until the enhanced senses, I guess, overwhelmed him and prevented him from seeing her anymore from the Scorpion fight onwards. It's just, it seems like the super senses were both his spider sense and not his spider sense. And so it's like, does he lose his spider sense by going full spider? That doesn't really make much sense. Like, does his spider sense become his super senses? It's kind of a weird change, but for the moment, he doesn't have a spider sense. He just has enhanced senses that he's struggling to control. But he beats the absolute shit out of Scorpion. And they make a big point. It's like, oh my gosh, Spider-Man, you almost killed that cop. And it's just like,
yeah, but have you looked at Scorpion? He just pieces around.
Well, yeah, you got him, guys.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna need more. You got more the damage right here. All right, you got to get murder control out here. But I'm just like, guys, so we do care about injured cops. So Jean is like a really bad person.
Yeah, like, terrible. Come on. Come on.
Does anybody in the chat know why Jean can't control Peter? I think it has something to do with like just his powers, like his spider sense, maybe. But we can talk more about that as we get to Hulk, which is coming up soon. And so he's like, oh man, I'm like losing it. I'm like losing control. What do I do? And like, is this the point where, no, because they don't threaten. Yeah, the threat doesn't happen yet. And so he goes home and he's like trying to, is this when he does the web tests? Yeah, because he's in a spider suit. He's trying to test the webs and figure them out. And he like lands on the street. And then that one guy comes up and he's like, you all right, Spider-Man? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. And then he's like, I'm Jean Grey.
I'm Green Jay. John Grey Jean.
Still can't sense me, huh? And oh, no. Because so he goes home and we skipped, he before any of this, he goes to see Dr. Banner at a lecture. And because he's trying to find expertise from people who understand both physical transformations and all that stuff,
and suppressing genes, stuff like that.
And we see a scene that's semi reminiscent to a scene from Ultimate Avengers where Banner is giving a lecture to scientists, and it's about the super soldier serum, and he goes, "Any questions?" And they all raise their hand, and he goes, "Any questions not about the Hulk?" And they all lower their hands. But he's giving a lecture on like quarks and like time space and stuff. Which I mean, I
thought he was going to.
I think it was just a general physics class. Like
I thought he was going to be talking about how they know how to use time travel.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
Yeah,
don't bring that up. And he's like getting questions like, any questions that's not about the Avengers? And it's like, guys, I know I have a lot of stories to tell, but like, and you're like, can you blame him? I mean, like, you're not only in the world's most gosh, I can't kick somebody, but they're trying to promote bullshit.
Stop it, people. Knock it off.
Well, it's a bot. But not only do you have like the foremost knowledge on like radiation and one of the greatest physicists to ever live, that's already like, ooh, cool, I'm getting the ultimate professor here. But he's also an Avenger in the Hulk, and he personally saved the entire universe and brought back a ludicrous amount of people back to life. You might have been saved personally. You or someone you know likely was saved by the Incredible Hulk and his sacrifice.
You're welcome.
Doesn't know who he is, and Doctor Strange magic is protecting his mind, but she found out his identity halfway through the movie. Yeah. But there's a guy in the room who's like dressed up as Hulk, and he goes, Hulk smash! After somebody asks the question, where it's like, well, if Thanos had the magic glove, which, guys, this killed an infinite amount of people. Can we treat it with a little bit more like reverence, please? Why didn't he just double the food? And instead of even attempting to make a cogent argument to defend your movie, they were just like, what do you think? Hulk smash!
Which he wasn't even like that when he was in that film.
I have a personal problem with this. Why the fuck would any Hulk fan in this universe like say Hulk smash? Why?
Hulk
said it once in 2008.
Have they not?
That's so true. They just really loved watching those live leak videos back in 2008.
Oh, you're right.
In Harlem. Yeah.
Are Marvel Comics aren't Marvel Comics like a thing in this world? Like, don't comic books exist?
They did for Captain America. Back in the 40s.
I don't see why they wouldn't be making comics about real life superheroes.
But then I'm glad they get to hear Hulk say Hulk smash. or get to read that.
No, I'm saying that they probably did it in the comics.
Like,
and they came up with Hulk Smash.
Never says Hulk Smash. Mark Ruffalo has never said it. Captain America has said Smash Hulk in a variation more than Hulk has. Mark Ruffalo's never said Hulk Smash. Why would that be his like catchphrase or like a known thing he does? Like, he has said Hulk out more than he has dabbed more than he has said Hulk Smash. Thor has played Fortnite more than Hulk has said Hulk Smash. Why is this an aspect of his character that people know?
That is so fucking upsetting.
At any rate, should we talk about, like, how Hulk and how he has been during and post Endgame has made no sense?
Yeah. It's like, oh, what? They want to do Professor Hulk, and now he's like, oh, I just decided to completely suppress Hulk. So now it's just Banner.
Because how it's established in the end of Infinity War into Endgame is that Hulk and Bruce are disparate personalities, and they're having like a problem, and in a deleted scene of Infinity War, like they come together and they form Professor Hulk and they burst out of the Hulkbuster. We don't get that, because why would we need the culmination of the single most important aspect of his character?
Before that, Thor Ragnarok is when it first started.
Really? Yeah, where Hulk is established as like his own person, right? And Bruce and him are conflicting. And then, so Endgame establishes that off screen, him and Hulk had a coming together moment. Whereas, like, we came together and we fused the brain and the brawn together. What this really meant was Hulk is dead and Bruce is piloting his body. But that's not how they like talked about it, or like how they treated it. Hulk and Bruce came together. Like, why would Bruce ever not be Hulk? I don't think he really can not be Hulk. They are two individuals of the same person now. Like, yeah, they are together. And so you have Professor Hulk, and he's just Hulk all the time. Fine. She-Hulk. For some reason, it starts with him as Banner with a suppressor on. By the way, yay! I'm so glad that one of the single most important struggles of Bruce's life, the ability to stop turning into the Hulk, is another thing we just did off screen. He just solved it. But he has it on. Why? Oh, well, the reason why is so that they can be in a car accident and Jen can get his blood in her blood. She-Hulk is so fucking bad. But after that, he's just Professor Hulk again. Completely and totally. Okay. But now he's still wearing the thing. We also see him at the end of Shang-Chi. He's just Banner, but he doesn't seem to have the thing on. But he
didn't even have the thing on?
Doesn't seem like it, because he's got his arm in a sling. This is like post-Endgame, so his arm's still fucked up. And so...
Bro, they're just making shit up. They don't even...
Yeah, and so
they don't have a history. Who the fuck is in charge of remembering shit from, like, previously established films? They just have nothing. Nothing. No one's remembered shit.
And so now apparently, even though he's got Professor Hulk and it's a perfect homogenization of Hulk and Bruce, now he's desperate to repress the monster. And it's just like, so what's Hulk's thoughts on this? I thought him and you were cool now.
Yeah, we were chill.
He kind of developed into like a person in Ragnarok. He was a person in like 2008, and like he had like touches here, like there's a touch of him being like a character in Age of Ultron when he like gets freed from Wanda's, and he like sees his destruction and stuff, and he's like feeling bad, and then he sees the guns and he starts to go again. But like Hulk has like a perspective on things now, like definitively.
He is his own person.
Literally. Actually, they established that Hulk had a perspective on things all the way back in Avengers, thanks to Endgame, when Hulk hates the stairs. I don't care for Hulk in Endgame. But yeah, I guess Hulk just is the monster now. And Gabe brought this up, but yeah, he's referring to him as the monster, not the big guy or the other guy or the Hulk. Yeah. Because it was
that really small, but it was really annoying.
That makes it more comparable to Peter's like situation.
Issue.
Yeah, or it's just like, well, we both got it inside of us.
It did not land.
Except my thing is a separate personality that I have, maybe because of the ID. We're never gonna go into my character. That dislikes me and wants my body. Yours is just you becoming more spider stinky.
Yeah,
more spider
bug DNA.
Man spider.
Yeah. But he goes to Bruce and he's like, hey, that's a cool little thing. And Bruce is like, yeah, it helps me stop the monster. And then Peter's like, oh, but you use this, that, and the other thing to like sequence the RNA genome, process. And he's like,
what did you say your name was again?
Yeah, and this immediately gets Bruce's more of his attention. And he's like, okay, so you actually have like you are able to converse with me on a level higher than I was expecting. And at this point, I'm like, okay, so Bruce is gonna be like important to this story, like in a way that I like and kind of makes sense. Like we get to delve more into Bruce. They talk about things. And they talk about how it was hard. Like, not only is this like sequencing like specific genomes, but it's also about radiation. We need to make a petition to have Rhett to be the sole writer of Hulk's character in Marvel movies. This character can stay fucking consistent. I wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna pat myself on the back. I'm not exactly Mr. Writer, but I would love to just sit there and be like, probably shouldn't do that.
In the writers' room, just be like, hey, like,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, he was also Professor Hulk for a little bit in this movie.
Don't do that.
But he's like, oh, but I attuned it to radiation. And then Peter's like, yeah, but couldn't you theoretically do this for, like, you could be deliberate on when this is on and when this is off. And it's like, yeah, you can make a universal one. And Bruce is like, yeah, you could do that. And he's like, and then he talks about, like, the ethical dilemmas of it. And it's just like, yeah, there's an ethical dilemma level to it. But it's also like, this would be unprecedentedly useful. Because there's, like, an incredible amount of, like, entities and monsters on this planet that, like, want to do us harm. They don't like this could just one tap the Skrulls.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you know that like the Skrulls are like controlling your government? Like,
no, they don't.
Who? The Skrulls?
No, that's the point. They're not supposed to know, man.
I'm sure. Or like, there's like
the Skrulls are controlling Disney.
In She-Hulk, there's a case that a man is being like sued. And there's like a shape-shifting elf that pretended to be Megan Thee Stallion, which is why Megan Thee Stallion's in that movie, in that show. And there's just an elf pretending to be a person. And like, it's like, oh, the law in this world is so fucked and they have no care to demonstrate it. Like, but
it's bad.
I dislike the universal depowerer, not as a concept, but just how fucking easy it is to make it. This is obviously leading to like the mutant like
power dampeners.
Power dampeners. The mutant power dampener on the Universal side is actually way more believable to believe than just a superpower universal dampener. Because mutants, no matter how special, amazing, or fantastical and different their powers are, their power all stems from the same thing. It's the X gene. So having a universal mutant dampener makes sense if you can target that specifically.
Yeah, but other than that, it's like, other than that, it's like, what is it turning off?
Yeah, but this, like, having this
if Peter put this on himself, is his bug DNA, is the bug blood
That's exactly what happens. He makes it, from this conversation, and Bruce is like, sometimes things are trying to be expressed because they need to be expressed. Which is really funny because you have that exact opposite opinion on yourself in like 10 minutes. You have this exact opposite opinion on a problem that you solved and came to terms with. You had this arc and then just decided against it like later. But with this information, Peter goes back to his house and he uses his magic 3D printer to make a universal power dampener. And he tries it on himself, and for some reason it's just not working. And it's working fine at first, but then it like explodes. Like for some reason he like accidentally activates his like web grenades, and he explodes, and he gets launched out into the street from an alleyway. And then
Jean Grey's there.
Yeah, Jean Grey is like, so you can't sense me now. And she's like, oh, I know about MJ and Ned now. And
Peter Parker.
And Peter Parker. Yeah, because I got more, like, because I guess maybe he like lost his mental defenses when he's more Bug Boy. Because I think she like tried to jump into his mind again. And so she was able to pull out more information, and now she's like hopping into people and she's like taunting him. She's like, the government's after both of us because we're different. And Peter rightfully goes, it's not because you're different, it's because you're fucking a monster. Like you're like
dangerous.
You're dangerous, which is 100% correct. The movie will forget this later on, but it's 100% correct. Then Jean most evidently portrayed in this scene as Jean is like hopping her. How is she there? Great question. She just found where he lives. So she's like hopping into people, and she's like, I'm gonna maybe pay MJ a visit. She's like being super threatening to Peter for some reason. And that's when she hops into some guy, and he's like, you might want to move fast. I'm pretty quick. As she gets a guy hit by a car.
Yeah, no, he died. Killed. Murdered.
Oh, she read the letter. Because she found out where he lived, and so she...
Yeah, and
she read the letter, but like that led her to the... She had to have read his mind to find out where the apartment was, but I'm struggling to find out how she found out where MJ lived. Oh, no, it's because or specifically MJ and Ned, but I guess she was just like, oh, because he didn't list like last names or anything. Like, how many Neds are there in New York City? But she was able to, like, oh, he like live streamed their their whole party, and her boyfriend had the decency to post their address and
their new address. Yeah,
super contrived. But yeah, so she's able to find their apartment. And she's like racing Peter there, getting people killed, putting people in incredible danger. Like, she hijacks a helicopter. Good thing she knows how to fly a helicopter. And
I will not care for her in future films.
Dude, she's a monster.
Yeah, like when they try to portray her as like a good person, like trying to fight Dr. Doom or some shit.
She actively gets a man killed. Regardless of what they say on anything else, she walked a man into traffic and got him hit by a car. Like, she's a monster.
Like some random fucking dude.
Mm-hmm. And so they have
an innocent person.
And they have this race of like being like, she's jumping into people, and Spider-Man's able to kind of use this as like a data set to figure out her range, like maximum transportation range. Dude, I was really worried because like there's a section where she like jumps into a guy and he runs into the middle of an intersection, and then she leaves him and he just stands there, and Spider-Man like doesn't save him.
Yeah,
and I was like, is he gonna get hit by a car? Like, yeah.
Even does it make it even any better though if the guy did survive? I'm like, she still did that though to somebody, just some dude.
No, that's why I was saying earlier. It's like, even if these people that were in the cars didn't die, they're severely injured.
I know you don't believe it, but the guy hit by the car didn't die. I don't. I just don't believe it at all.
I'm sorry.
And it's not like she planned that. Like, it's not like she was like, yes, the car going at that speed will only horrifically alter this man's life forever. It won't kill him. Like, I'm a good person. I'm looking for my sister. Like, but it gets to the point where Spider-Man, thankfully she takes a helicopter, and thankfully she knows how to fly it. And she gets in a helicopter, and Peter, it figures out the distance, so he's able to web up the helicopter and stop it at a point where she can't jump. It's a good thing that she can return from any distance. Like, also,
that guy's now trapped up there.
How does that work? How is she able to pilot somebody and do things on her end? Like, she should kind of be like slumped. They also at one point kind of make it seem like it's a real Steel moment.
Yeah, like she's puppeting them and stuff.
Yeah, because like at one point she goes, "Wow, this guy has issues," and a person she has brainwashed also says at the same time, "Wow, this guy's got issues." So is it like real Steel? Does her actions make that guy do what they're doing, or like how does? Because it seems like she's doing things when she's talking to Peter at his apartment. I really don't know how this is done.
It's kind of all over the place for that. But yeah, so captures that dude who's now stuck in a helicopter, stuck to a crane.
Got an hour to get him down.
Yeah, again, remember him. He was just like, yeah, I was chilling in my helicopter at this wedding, whatever. Teleports, now just stuck in the helicopter, looking straight towards the ground, several hundred feet up. And you're like,
up over the ocean, over the water.
No, it wasn't over the water. He was just over a construction.
It was just over a construction site. Which
I thought he was like over the water.
It was worse, really. Like, because at least with the water, you can, pray, let's go, and then like just kind of like try to dive down. Like the water is like, oh cool, I can dive onto concrete or asphalt.
aim
like
for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes. Like, it's like Tony Stark, like jumping down, but there's just no Iron Man suit. Deploy.
It's the concrete.
Got like a parachute. Deploy. Don't worry, she walked that guy into traffic because she saw him being a nunce in his memories. Oh yeah, no, every single person that she hurt and killed was actually a secret pedophile. Yeah.
So then becomes a race for Peter. He gets over to MJ's. He's like, "Hey, you gotta come with me. I can't tell you why." And she's like, "Okay." And then
yeah, that's the other thing I thought was weird. How she just kind of just said yes.
Swings away to a secluded location. A little chat, basically like, "So why are they after me?" Like, "I can't tell you. I don't really know." Yada yada yada. And she's like, kind of gets onto like, "Hey, I'm guessing, was she already at like possessed at this point? Probably.
Probably.
I think the moment they got to the rooftop,
or was she like when they got to the rooftop?
When they got to the rooftop was when she was getting.
I feel like but we never saw the.
Yeah, no, it's really nice that this time it was unbelievably subtle. If it wasn't before he got there.
But it's like, who was she in before she got to MJ?
So Scott managed to get there close enough, and
yeah, you just tell me what happened.
Possessed her before he got there.
Because it's weird. Because it also seems like she needs line of sight.
Spider-Man can swing. I don't think you got Spider-Man swings really fucking fast.
Well, I mean, we saw him just taking the subway out there to their exact location.
Which means that she would also had to have taken the subway because she was at his apartment, which she would have been reasonably right next to. Which means
that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, she should have been not very far.
Anyways, yeah, they had a little conversation and stuff, and MJ like they're talking like, I knew you, blah blah blah.
I like the MJ stuff in this.
And like they kiss, and they were like, "Whoa, hold on here." And it's like, oh,
it's like the dream come true for Peter. Like,
yeah, like, oh, just because like kiss, like remember you. And it's like
this is
like that scene a lot.
One of the most evil things Jean Grey does. Like this is
that is really that's diabolical. Scene. That was like,
I don't know about you guys. I enjoyed like all the MJ and Peter interactions. Actually,
because what has Peter done on a personal level to her? Like at
nothing.
All he did was try to like stop her from like, hey, crashing an APC into a government.
Stop her from killing people to facilitate a plan that she didn't need to do any of this for.
Be super personal and like fuck you up, basically.
Yeah.
Like, why are you being this way? Like
you're just an evil person. Like you're just an evil, vindictive person.
You make it think that like Spider-Man killed your sister.
Yeah, yeah, probably should have. But like,
damn.
But so yes, to backtrack a little bit, like they go on the roof. MJ is like, "You knew me. Like, what's going on here? Like, what's happening?" It's like, I feel like this, and Peter's like getting basically everything he's ever kind of hoped this scenario would play out as. Right,
yeah, like he doesn't have to like spell it out for her. She can at least,
he was able to deduce it. Yeah,
he's breaking down. He kisses her. She's like, Peter. He just hugs her tightly. He's like, his like whole world's coming together. And MJ's like, you really like, you do love her, don't you? Like, oh man, like this. I'm glad that you hold her tight, Peter. Hold her. Yeah, you get this moment. It's like, really? True love's kiss breaks the spell, and then she like threatens to like throw her off the roof. Like
she does throw her off.
She does. She kicks him to like plummet herself.
First off, when I watched it, I was like, okay, so MJ can just kick herself out of Peter's grip because Peter's like he's like spidering out, like so he grabs her by the throat. He's like, get out of MJ. And she's able to break the grip of Spider-Man, who not only has super strength but sticky fingers. And she goes to kill herself. You're a monster, Jean Grey. You're a monster. This is like vindictively cruel what you've done to Peter here for no reason.
She's gonna be a good person in like 2 movies, you guys.
Dude, she's a good person by the end of this movie.
She's gonna be a good person that we have to root for. No, but what did you guys think of the scenes that we got between Peter and MJ? Because there's a lot of scenes.
I feel like they really didn't go the route that they probably realistically would have. Like, put your shoes here. All right, so you, Joe, to save my life, you have to wipe my memories. I live 4 years, 5 years, and you finally bring this up to me. We're kind of skipping ahead. Do you really think my interaction would be like, guys, I'm just not that person anymore, and not what the fuck happened to me? What else did you do? Who was I? What was my life like? Like, you fucking killed me. Like, what gave you the rights? She kind of is just really fucking chill with it. Like, I'm just not that person anymore. It's just like, yeah, you're an entirely different person. Do you feel anything about that? Like, it's just like I feel like we're just kind of like there should be a far more aggressive conversation happening here. But we're getting ahead of ourselves there. So it's a very similarly presented scene as in Amazing Spider-Man 2 and in No Way Home, where MJ's falling and Peter's like reaching out with the web, and thankfully it works. Man, it's a really good thing your web's worked for you right now. Probably should have brought your web shooters. It's not like technically the worst thing Jean's ever done, but it's like it shows that she's not just willing to kill people, she wants to hurt people. like mentally this is one of the worst things she does in the movie, or emotionally it's unnecessarily cruel.
It seems like something that like Green. I mean, not.
This is like a Green Goblin thing to do.
This is a Green Goblin thing to do. Like,
it does beg the question, like, why the fuck doesn't she just like say what she's trying to do from the beginning? Why does she have to be really mysterious with Peter?
Well, here's
from
the thing,
beginning.
None of this should have even happened at all. But
I agree. But it's like one of my first thoughts was, why are you just being like an unnecessary asshole to Spider-Man? Why don't you just like actually like tell him like, I'm trying to find my sister. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm mad now. Did the thought ever cross your mind to ask Spider-Man for help?
The friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? No, he's a sister hater. Everybody knows that. It's like, hey, the government took my sister. Instead of making people dive headfirst into traffic, maybe use your ability to talk to him without being in any considerable level of danger yourself to explain your situation.
Why do you need to hurt people to get what you want?
Why do you need to
hurt? Seriously,
and we're so close to that scene where we can go over it, but she really doesn't. But
seriously, why do you need to? Bro,
it really could have just been an interaction of like, hey, just she body hops somebody. It's like Spider-Man, I need your help. Can I talk to you, please?
That's actually a good question.
Please, I'm not normal, and neither was my sister. Like, dude, if you want to,
like, I'm trying to find my sister, and I don't know what to do. Blah 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 blah. Can you help me? Please, like, yeah, I'll fucking help you.
He would have done it. That would have. Oh my god, now I'm upset.
Which the only thing she loses is like, oh, now Spider-Man knows that I'm going after damage control. You already knew that.
Good.
You already knew that. Like,
but now it's like, okay, good. Now he might be able to uncover the fact that damage control is corrupt or bad, and can uncover what they're doing. Unethical research and experimentation and weapons design.
Small potatoes.
Small potatoes.
New Avengers would never.
Dude, she could straight up like jump into like fucking any of the New Avengers bodies. Like, she knows where they work, and to just be like,
no one is defending Jean's actions. The movie just persists that Jean is 99% gone, and Peter manages to keep her from crossing that remaining 1%. He did rehabilitate the person who legit killed his aunt.
That was
different. He like injected him with a drug that pushed out and got rid of his bipolar schizophrenia. And he didn't appeal to the Green Goblin.
And he still arrested him. He beat the shit out of him. He just stopped himself from crossing his own personal line of killing him. Like, he still brought him to justice.
He didn't appeal to Green Goblin's lack of morality and ethics, which there is no appealing to Green Goblin's morality because he has none. He just forced him to no longer be the Green Goblin. It's different.
Just like Jean Grey forced that man to walk into traffic.
Just like
or Doc Ock. Doc Ock had his mind being messed with by the inhibitor chip.
Yeah. Then he fixes him, and he's a normal person now.
Yeah.
And you want to know what? I guarantee you that when they go back, when he got sent back to Sam Raimi's
he went to prison.
He went to fucking jail.
Look, you can be sane in jail now, bro.
You can. You know what? We can figure out what's going on with your sister and maybe get her back while you're in prison, you fucking monster. Damage control's corruption needs to stop. And
anyways, yeah, but he saves MJ, and then he's like, I need to bring her somewhere safe. And so we go to Frank Castle's hideout.
So, well, first off, Jean like pulls up. Like this is kind of an unnecessarily dangerous maneuver. She pulls up next to him to be like, I could be like, he's like, listen, I give up, all right, because he realizes that like you could just kill Jean whenever you want. Like you could make Jean just jump off a roof, all right, like you could do whatever you want. But he gets a chance to see her, and so he gets her face, and now he has her name. Also, he gets the information that she's a telepath, which raises some more questions about what happens later. So, her information is known and not scrubbed, which means that damage control probably also had that. Well, there's no reason they didn't have that information too, especially because they did the scrubbing. But we can talk about that when we get to the flashback. But he now has a face and a name and the kind of power set. And he still understands like the distance situation, but he's like, listen, Mary Jane, or excuse me, Michelle, I'm sorry, but I got to take you somewhere safe. He takes him to the Punisher. Like, he doesn't bring Ned either.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck Ned, I guess. Like,
fuck my homie. I'm taking my
like, because I guess Punisher's place is safe because she doesn't know where it is, so she can't like find him. But he walks in. By this point in time, he doesn't have his inhibitor working. But like Punisher almost kills Spider-Man like 3 times due to like booby traps that he set up. And he doesn't really seem to care.
And MJ.
Yeah.
And MJ.
Yeah. He almost dropped the fucking
like propeller, like giant.
Yeah, like a cargo ship propeller on them. How did he rig that up?
How did he even get that up there?
Yeah, that too, but also Spider-Man hucked that shit. Like that is heavy as shit, and he just threw
Joe,
that.
do you think that thing? Hold on, this is important now. You're an engineer. Does that propeller? Do you think that propeller weighed more than the
APC?
The APC?
I think it weighed way more. The only problem is that
what am I doing? Let me just. Well, I can get your opinion, but let me just consult the internet.
Consult the internet.
Oh, well, here's the thing.
A cargo ship propeller.
He gets stronger as he becomes more of a spider. A large
cargo ship propeller typically weighs between 50 to 130 tons.
Yeah, an APC does not weigh that much.
You want to call it like 100 tons?
We'll call it 70 tons, 75.
Armored personal carriers typically 10 to 35.
Okay, so he should have
closer than I was expecting, but still.
So he should have absolutely been able to just get in front of the fucking tank, grab it, and stop it.
To be fair, remember, he's more spidery right now. He's like 60% spider, and that enhances his strength. So he is stronger than what he was with the APC.
I don't give a shit. He should have been able to stop it.
You saw how he threw that. He caught it
and threw it. Yeah. But Punisher allows him to like stick around, and he's like, "Hey, and they have a dialogue between the two of them that I kind of like, but it's not really like a 1-to-1. It's like
it's not 100% pertinent.
Punisher really should not have been the guy for this. It should have been. Oh yeah, they established. Stay tuned for season 3 of Afterbirth, I guess. But
stop calling it.
They mentioned how they've had it explains at least how they know each other. Over the years they've had interactions or whatnot. And apparently Peter saved his life on Staten Island. But they're hiding out in like a little like ship that he has in this port that's like his home base, and they're kind of talking and whatnot, and they get a conversation between Peter and this happens later, I'm pretty sure, but I'm bringing it up now, between Peter and Punisher, where he's like, listen, do you think for a second that if my folks were around, I would be like hiding behind a mask?
Yeah, you think I would be here?
And it's just like, is that really you put on like a persona like after your family died, like would you allow them to be in harm's way, like because of your actions? Like it's cool that they are at least attempting to like put something more between the two of them in terms of like an emotional conflict or like some kind of like character discussion, but it's not the same.
It's not exact 1-to-1.
Peter, I mean, let's be fair, like, Cull Obsidian was able to rip apart the Hulkbuster, and Peter caught, like, his hammer swing. Yeah. Like, he should be able to stop the ATC.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Seriously, he should have been able to. It's ridiculous that he couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, Thanos is like as strong
Peter murdered all of those people.
But
he chose to fuck around.
So MJ is now, they had like a conversation with like with Punisher. I kind of want some chili now.
Don't try the chili.
Don't try that chili. I thought the joke was pretty funny. They're trying to, Peter's trying to like work on his inhibitor, and MJ, they're talking with MJ. She's behind a curtain, you know, and they're having a little bit more of a personal discussion. And Peter has his mask off, which, you know, there's a curtain and she's not looking. And so, you know, he's finally getting a chance to have his mask off and he's working on his thing. And they're having a conversation about like what it means to like kind of be alone and
withholding.
Yeah, what that can do to you and stuff like that. You could say the Iron Spider suit is responsible for those feats. He didn't have the Iron Spider suit when he fought Cull Obsidian. He got the Iron Spider suit after that fight when they go to space.
Yeah.
But at least for the Thanos fight, sure. But they end up getting to, like, MJ just starts helping him work, and it's just, man, I find it really convenient. It's like, what are the odds that you studied in a field of technology that allows you to find the answer to this? You know, like,
yeah. Very
also,
pertinent.
Alex said she did biochemistry before she majored in aerospace. If you did that, that means you swapped, like, and he also went to MIT. So I'm like, I highly doubt you're just skipping years here, because highly rigorous course material. You're swapping engineering majors like that. I mean, you might be adding a year to being there, but you will just have gen eds maybe done, a gen ed or two for biochem. None of this shit. You majored in aerospace. You didn't do really shit for your major. Like for
but thank goodness, not only is she able to
engineer,
not only is she able to come to the conclusion, but Spider-Man also didn't think about like the most expressive piece of his costume, like his lenses. Like,
yeah, I don't know how that felt weird.
It felt like, guys, listen, we need a reason for why it's not working, but we also need a reason for it to work really soon. Let's get MJ involved. And so, but they figure it out. It's about static electricity coming from the lenses, and I guess it seems like he just types on his computer. It's not like he even makes like new ones or adds anything to them. It's just stop static electricity program.exe run, like,
yeah, and it works.
And it works. And so now he's suddenly able to do it. He has his spider sense back now. He's got control of his web slingers, and so he's now good to go. And so at the same time, he gets a call that like Jean is attacking like the center of damage control. He specifically worked on the lenses this movie, by the way. Yeah. But he heads up to damage control and he's like, Punisher, please stay here and watch MJ. And he's like, what do you think I am? Got a babysitter? And he's just like, nah, please. And he's like, okay. And then
okay.
And so he goes off to damage control HQ. And it's been like thrashed. And we find out that we get a picture, like we get a scene of the damage control like head, and like
a bunker.
They're in like a bunker or like a safe, and they've got like guards in there with weapons and stuff. And you know, she's like, you can't like you got an impressive door, but what you got to worry about is the walls, and it's like it's a safe. So the whole thing is the same thing.
I was gonna say, I thought
that's a really impressive safe if Hulk can't open it. I'm gonna be quite real here.
Hulk
can't open it, but those two little explosion things, they can open it.
It was pretty funny just how long that banging was going on for.
Yeah,
that was
Hulk went at it for a long time. Like,
but yeah,
like so any one of these days now, he's gonna get.
He gets there. Professor Hulk is there. And he starts fighting Professor Hulk because he's trying to get to Jean to put the inhibitor on.
Now hold on. So he goes through a window and the entire building has been just thrashed. Like every level so far has been like destroyed because he goes through like a staircase window and it's like broken and thrashed. And he gets up to the level that the banging is coming from. And the banging stops, and he sees Jean Grey there, and she's like, "Oh, you're like something platitude," and Peter's like, "You got to stop this." And now, keep in mind, Peter has his inhibitor on, and so his spider sense is working perfectly fine. And the Hulk throws a desk at him, and he doesn't dodge. He doesn't notice, doesn't anything, nothing.
That's right. He still has spider sense.
And so, also, I want to point out, Jean has taken control of the Incredible Hulk, a being so powerful that he is compared directly to 30 megaton nukes, like, which with good reason. Like, he is a monster if unleashed.
New Avengers have been dispatched.
No Avenger has been dispatched.
You have the Hulk running rampant for who knows how long.
Where's Doctor Strange?
On a government facility.
Yeah.
And nobody's showing up.
Nobody. Nope. Not a single person cares. The Avengers don't give a shit. The new Avengers probably don't even know what happens because they're bad at their job.
Small potatoes.
What's more small potatoes than the Incredible Hulk? We got to deal with, I don't know, whatever Bucky's dealing with today. But he shows up, and he's Professor Hulk for some reason. So
yeah, okay, now that threw me for a loop. I'm like, okay, so if you forcibly took over Banner, and then you didn't also have to deal with the Hulk persona being in there, probably really pissed at being suppressed this entire time. So how do you force the transformation to being the happy combination instead of Hulk just taking over?
Yeah.
As a like autoimmune response, because like, oh, you suppress Banner, you get Hulk. And how does that
we talked about this leaving the theater. This movie used the most interesting character for a situation like this and did absolutely nothing with it. Hulk is the only character in this series, well, not anymore, High Sentry, that has somebody else in their head that I can remember at least. Hulk and Banner are two disparate personalities, and they actually establish that, they lock it in place in this movie with Hulk's only line of dialogue is they establish that they are two separate individuals. And so you have somebody already in their head. Somebody who doesn't want you there, who doesn't even want the other one in there. And they do nothing with it. Absolutely nothing with it. I was kind of hoping they would show that Hulk had something going on here with at least resistance to telepathy, but I really wanted like a look into the headspace of Hulk. We get one instance where Hulk like stops her, like Bruce stops her from like getting back into his brain.
Yeah,
and then Savage Hulk appears.
Yeah, because why did we get like a memory scape in there? Like, come on, like you got.
I wanted that.
Peter, like we could have got something in there. The fucked up state of
Banner. Like we got her to make a comment about the Punisher. It's like, who has a more fucked up psyche than Bruce Banner?
And also, like, this could help
me, right?
This could be a reinforcement of her belief. Like, she goes in there and she sees like Bruce and Hulk at war. This shouldn't be the case. You guys decided to make this not the case in Endgame off screen, but that's what you're going with here. This could be like a reinforcement. It's like you either are all Peter or you're all Spider-Man. You're all Bruce or you're all Hulk. Like, this could be a reinforcement to her beliefs that Peter has to peel away for the climax. But no, it's just, oh yeah, we have control of Hulk. They work into Hulk's mind. They'd misuse the green door as a visual metaphor as looking into their mind. Yeah, you're probably right. But so she has control of Bruce, who's in Hulk's body, and Spider-Man's like, listen, you can't do this. That's the Hulk. Like, this is a power you can't meddle with. She meddles with it perfectly fine. And I mean fine, not as in like a power scaling sense. I mean like a morality sense. Like, who cares? 30 megaton nuke, go! He is just beating the shit out of Peter. No lasting effects, really. He's just throwing him around.
He beats him up, gets him out of the building. I'm glad they at least didn't fraudinize him with the Punisher gauntlet. Or sorry, the Shocker gauntlet.
Well, you're skipping ahead a bit there.
No, I know. I'm just.
We also had the Punisher show up for this. Because MJ told him to go help him. And what does What's our guy with the gun gonna do?
He didn't do anything. He actually
all he literally existed to get there was to get brainwashed.
Yeah, no, he literally did nothing. He only made the situation worse.
Oh my god, that would have been so fucking interesting. If Jean made Peter look like Brian.
Oh. That's a great point.
No, but that would be an interesting character thing for Hulk. We don't do that here. Like
Hulk should have made Peter look like
Hulk
Brian.
is a joke.
Is that like if that swapped it out of Professor
to Savage Hulk?
Savage going like,
that would have been cool.
Right? Yeah, because that would have been something that Bruce and Hulk both would have hated. Like that would have like sent them both into a rage. Thus, Savage Hulk becoming the dominant. That's something to think about, and
that's
something you can
interesting.
do to, like,
that makes too much sense. You can't have that.
That's illegal.
Cook, Tobufu, cook.
But Punisher's here. What does Punisher add? How's he gonna help? He can't. He doesn't. Like, he flashbangs Hulk and like stuns him for a second.
It like shoots him.
But he's here so Jean can have somebody to mind control. Like, Punisher adds nothing.
A very dangerous man.
Yes, you know. I mean, was he told at this point? Yeah, he was told before he left. Oh yeah, don't get within 33 feet.
And
There's
he goes,
plenty of blind spots. You're within a building.
You're in a building. Like, it's actually hard to be.
You can be hiding under a desk.
It's hard to not be within 33 feet for her in this setting.
His response to that literally was, and they
dead family telepathy beam. But so Punisher comes up. It looks like Hulk like he gets like webbed up, and as Professor Hulk, he pretty kind of casually rips the webs. And Peter and Punisher are having a discussion, and it's like, that's the Hulk, and then like he stomps on the ground, and Punisher like he moves for a while.
Funny. I like that. It was funny.
It almost I'm tired of him mooing, because this one felt like, hey, it didn't feel like, oh, this is a guttural scream that John Bernthal does for Punisher. It felt like, hey, you guys know that this is like the moo that Punisher does. He's gonna do it. And he stomps the ground, and it looks like Punisher like falls through the floor, but it doesn't. And in the next scene, it doesn't even look like the floor is damaged.
I noticed that too. And he was just like on the ground, and the floor was fine.
But you get another slow-mo shot, and like this is maybe the best looking slow-mo shot, and it still looks weird. Like, the slow-mo in this movie just does not
Why did he jump in that scene? Why didn't he just run at him? Why did he jump?
And so, well, you got to ask yourself why Jean jumped, because she's in control of him. She's trying to kill them.
She's just in the other room.
Yeah, real steel, like fucking.
Go, Hugh Jackman, go! Hugh Jackman, go!
And she's doing the dance, like.
Go Adam! Go Adam!
They like get out of him, like he's being. Then Punisher like throws this random like arc reactor looking thing at Hulk. Jean catches it and goes, really? And then he shoots it and explodes, and this kind of like lessens her connection a bit.
Like concussive force seems to mess with her.
Yeah, which I immediately was like, aw, because it meant that it wasn't gonna be like Banner fighting it off. It's just gonna be concussive force that frees him. But like Banner's kind of like, he's like in control now. He's kind of like fighting for control, and he's kind of like getting angry, and he slams the ground. Doesn't break the ground, but he slams the ground, and he goes, get out, or something like that, and he like forces her out. I wish we played more on that, even a little bit, like the dynamics between his mind and her connection to it, his Hulk. But Spider-Man and Punisher are now hiding behind cover, and Hulk seemingly like in a level of control. And Peter's like, listen, I'll go deal with Jean, and you deal with the Hulk. And he's like, no, that's the bigger like casualty threat right there. I'll go deal with the girl. And he's like, and Spidey's like, oh, okay. And he's like, don't get within, like, it's like, don't kill her. And he's like, I'm gonna do it my way.
You just don't want to fight the Hulk, right?
He's like, yeah, probably. And he's like, I'm gonna do it my way. And he's like, okay, Peter, if you have a problem with him actually killing her, like, why are you letting him go? Yeah. And if you don't expect him to kill her, what do you expect him to do?
Throw his gun at her.
Like hit her in the head with a rock and hope that doesn't kill her. I mean, that's probably what Jean would do, apparently. But like even if you shoot her in the legs, even, she can still brainwash you. And do you understand how dangerous it is to get shot in the leg. Really anywhere, but like their largest blood veins in our body or like in our legs.
That's like, whoops, I nicked their femoral artery. My bad, Peter.
Like when he went,
he bled out and died.
When he went to go after Jean, the only thing I think is like, oh, so you're here to get brainwashed. That's what you're here to do.
No, yeah, they did it to further advance the plot.
Like, that's it. Like, you're just here so she has another person to brainwash when she loses control of Hulk.
Yeah, and also, again, Peter's immune to her as well.
Peter's immune. Hey, while Hulk is distracted, because guess what? It's not two separate problems, at least as of right now. It's one problem, and another being orchestrated by the other. If you go and put the anti-brain control trip on her, you win. Because that means she's no longer able to control the mind of Hulk. Now, you don't necessarily know that Savage has been unleashed, but that solves that problem.
Right.
You should go deal with that right now, Peter, especially with your like super senses, super speed, and incredible spider abilities. Your radioactive spider blood.
Your bug blood?
Yeah, you should go and deal with that. Not let the one guy the only person in the room who's not immune to her telekinetic or telepathic abilities to go handle it. So Punisher goes and does it. And something happens that I don't even think is in Punisher's character. He gets distracted by like Jar Chitauri head. I don't think that would happen to Punisher. Like Frank Castle.
The more I thought about it, the more I am in agreement with you. Like
the Punisher is
a Marine. He has an objective. He carries it out without delay, without distraction.
Yeah, he just looking like for a brief second.
Like he gyms at the jar for a bit, like.
And then he's
looking for a brief second, be like, fucking weird.
It makes me think that they only did that so then he would get caught.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like if he had maintained eye contact and kept sweeping, the moment she rounds that corner, bam!
Dude, it's not like he's new to this. He lived in New York during the invasion of the Chitauri. He's fought ninjas with Daredevil, and the Hulk's in the other room. Like, it's not like this is a fucking, like...
Dragons! There's dragons!
There's dragons in the ground! Dragon bones in the ground! But... he looks at the jar and he's like, whoa, and then he looks over and there's Jean and she gets him. And that's when she's like, whoa, this guy has issues. Hard confirming. I mean, it was already confirmed, but hard confirming that when she possesses a body, she also like reads their mind and knows everything about them. Which I think it's time to talk about how Jean Grey is just a fucking idiot in this whole movie.
Lay it on me.
So Jean Grey has the power to, within 33 feet, hop into a body and learn everything about them.
Does it have to be... Wait. Does it have to be visual?
No, it doesn't, because she tries to hop into Hulk's body from a different room.
Were those people just too far away in that bunker room?
I guess. There was a line, they said, don't cross it. So that must have been... It didn't seem 33 feet, but like...
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Jean should have gotten him, but I'm saying that that's a problem on his character being written, not like, oh, that shouldn't have happened because that's what got him got. Even though he might have been fast enough to pull the trigger. Also, just the fucking sheer act of getting fucking put in the body might have made him pull the trigger anyways. But Jean Grey's a fucking idiot. She has the power to, within 33 feet of her, jump into somebody's body. Her goal is to infiltrate Damage Control to find out where they're holding her sister. Her plan, then, is to hijack an APC, drive it into a detention facility to free Scorpion so that he may break in violently into other facilities to search up what a VMAX is in order to get that information so she can take the Hulk and break into a building, or break into the Damage Control headquarters and forcibly receive that information. Instead of waiting for somebody to leave or enter the Damage Control facility who works there, hop into their body,
and
get
in of the information, or if they don't have it, swap to the next person.
Swap to the next guy. And eventually, once you get in the building, you can just take the elevator to the top floor, go, hey boss, and low everything.
You literally not have waited until
Or
that department guy left the chair.
You could, yeah, you could probably Google who's the department head of and
yeah,
just wait.
Just waited, like outside,
or
and
yeah, Gabe.
Or ask Spider-Man for it.
She doesn't need to. That is way more effort than she would ever need to do. Like, she could just wait outside a damage control building, hop into one guy, and then walk in, get past the sensors, go up the elevator, and then just hop into people periodically because they don't remember anything. She doesn't have to walk them somewhere that far. Like once she starts really hopping, it's just bang bang. Oh, not if I'm sitting in a chair, even if like 2 minutes pass, if I'm not really actively paying attention to the clock, if I just blink and all of a sudden 2 minutes have gone by, I probably won't notice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've learned everything. Next guy learned everything. Oh, there is no VMAX, but you killed my sister. That's it. That's the movie. None of this should have happened. Like, Jean is not just a monster, not just evil. She's an idiot. Like, this movie should never have even happened.
This is not what I wanted this movie to be at all. Like,
but speaking of her being a monster, let's get back to the current moment. So Jean gets Punisher, and Punisher starts grabbing stuff, and she sees Bruce is losing control. The Hulk, the Savage Hulk, the monster, the guy who destroyed Harlem, who is basically unstoppable to anybody on Earth right now, is being let loose. She doesn't care. How many people are going to have their lives ruined, forever changed, or ended because you let the most powerful being who's currently on the planet and currently able to act loose in New York City?
I love how this review has just turned us into dogging how much of a shit villain
Turned?
Earned.
Because they were trying to make her out to be more like an anti-villain, where it's like, oh, they do bad things.
We're supposed to sympathize with her by the end of the movie and go, damage control. Do they have a line from Peter later on where he goes, I didn't know how wrong I was? Justice for run over, man. Like,
justice for all the police.
Countless people.
Oh my god.
How many people?
Bruce Banner too, getting,
he had his autonomy destroyed. His life is ruined. What, like everything's just gonna be hunky-dory that you hulked out, destroyed a building?
Yeah,
how many
you
people?
had a life as a professor for a while. You think they're just gonna let you come back to school?
Yeah, no, sorry, you're too much of a threat.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Fired.
Like, but he hulks out. Well, okay, so something happens that I think is really lame. I wonder how Jean will be like in the upcoming X-Men film. Either an entirely different character, or they're just never gonna bring it up. But Bruce is like, oh, he's coming out. The monster. She did something when she was in my brain. Like, now he's loose. And Peter's like, here, please put this on. And he grabs it, and he goes, oh, and he doesn't put it on. He recognizes what it is and that it would work. But he just goes, oh, and like, he's like, no, get away. He's coming out. And it's like, okay, Bruce, put it on. And he's like, no, get out of the building. And he throws the thing away. And it's like, okay, if I'm Peter, I'm not waiting for you to do it. I'm grabbing it, and I'm
not waiting for you
to put it on you.
I'm gonna put it on you.
Dragon Ball transformation here.
Yeah, I'm putting it on you myself. It felt like, listen, why doesn't Peter or Bruce just put it on? He just doesn't. Like, and so that's when he hulks out, and he hulks out to Savage Hulk, and we get Hulk's only line in the movie. No girl, no Banner. There's only Hulk.
Which I like that. I like the execution on that. I like how the Hulk looked.
Yeah, I like how he looks.
I like how,
I guess he's not like Ragnarok Hulk anymore. I guess he doesn't have like.
No, like, he's back to. It felt like that he was back to like
being able to like talk in sentences.
It felt like they wanted to revert him back to like 2002 Hulk.
Well, no, what they wanted is for everybody to be like, see, it's the same thing with like Peter never removing the mask. I like that.
They're like,
but
see, we did it. We brought it back.
We know this is what you want. It's like, this is substanceless though. Like, having Savage Hulk back is cool, but you barely do anything with him. You do nothing with him as a character, and then you barely do anything with him that's like cool to see. Like, he like first off, he grabs Spider-Man, slams him into the ground twice, and then Spider-Man just disappears and he's on his back. So I guess Spider-Man is just so durable. Like, Spider-Man takes many hits from Hulk and is perfectly fine. It's not even like later in the movie he's like holding his like ribs or something. He's just perfectly fine. Like, he takes no damage from any of Hulk's strikes. Like, it might as well be like an essential NPC from Skyrim. Like, that's actually not true, because I don't even think his health bar went down that much.
No, he didn't. Which, again, I'm glad he didn't lose the Spider-Man.
Like, it shouldn't have even been like obviously as like a Hulk fan, I want the scale to be higher. Like, oh, we're like throwing around this building, but like, think about like Hulk had an entire building dropped on him in Age of Ultron.
Or back in Avengers,
the Avengers
stops the
Chitauri Leviathan.
Yeah, with a single punch.
Yeah, this does kind of feel like how they used Red Hulk in the Captain America film. It's like, look, we have a Hulk now. Aren't you excited to see the Hulk? Sniper bullet. Yeah, just a 50 caliber sniper did significantly more damage than the Incredible Hulk.
There's no way that was actually 50 caliber. If that was 50 caliber,
that was 50.
Would that have done more damage to Peter?
Honestly, I'm surprised that didn't hit, because he stops the bullet. Look, we can't go. Hold on. So Hulk slams Peter on the ground twice, but then Peter like disappears and he's like on his back and he's like trying to put the thing in, and then Hulk like charges through some walls and like blasts, like try to hit him, and Peter's like running and like he webs him up, and then this is when Hulk does his thunderclap. And yeah, I'm happy that we finally have a thunderclap again. I mean, technically Red Hulk did it, and his was way more devastating. Like,
yes, it was.
But, they're having this fight, and again, Professor Hulk ripped the webs off pretty easy, but now Hulk is like, he's having trouble, like, or like Hulk tackles Spider-Man through the window and they start falling, and then, like, Spider-Man like webs him up a bit, but then like
Hulk was like hitting him into like the walls too, and
like, and it did nothing. Like, he grabbed him, smacked him into the wall as they were falling, and it like he hit the wall, and then nothing happened. Like, Hulk should hit him through the wall, but then Spidey, like, there's a bunch of shit falling, and we get a cool like moment of Spider-Man like jumping around and like maneuvering stuff, and we get another weird looking slow-mo shot.
Was tying into like the building.
Hulk grabs a rock and throws it at Spider-Man and hits him, and it explodes, but Spider-Man's fine. And then he like goes through the building, and he's like, he throws him like through the building, and he like webs around. He pins Hulk to the wall again. The webs are now completely able to withstand Hulk pushing against them, to the point where a huge section of the building, honestly, it was such a large section of the building, I'm glad that there was like no structural compromisation.
Yeah.
But a huge section of the building like comes out, and it's like dragging Hulk down, but Hulk is like fine. He's like, Peter goes to like kind of come up with like this, because he grabs the shocker gauntlet.
Shocker gauntlet punch,
and he punches Hulk, and Hulk recovers, and they like slam into the side of a building, and like Hulk's kind of being dragged, but he's like walking forward, and then Peter comes in with another big shocker jump, and Hulk grabs it, crushes it, like throws him, and then he grabs a section of the ceiling and slams it down.
Slams him on it. Yeah, it's just fucking.
And again, Peter takes no lasting damage from any of these hits, and like Hulk
starts to choke him out. Like,
which it is an interesting thing that someone had brought up, the difference between like early Daredevil and like the Marvel movies when it came to combat, was that the Daredevil TV show did a really good job portraying how difficult and
fighting
is.
Yeah,
like the hallway scene, like Daredevil's iconic hallway scene. The moment he starts fighting, he's like he's like holding onto the wall and shit, and he's like getting hit, and he's like staggered and stuff. Like, he wins, but it's like he got his ass kicked still, and he's showing that he is not only tired, but he got his ass kicked too. He got beat up. Now take that and crank it up to like 10, like to 12, and
10,000
by a billion.
Actually. Like, yeah,
and it's like now you've got Spider-Man fighting the Hulk, and it's like Spider-Man at the end of the fight, like he's got him like tied up with all the rubble, and he's able to appeal to Bruce, which means that like somehow Bruce is there.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about that. Like,
well, I'm trying to.
No, I like he has super endurance and super durability, but when you show me that he can take all these massive attacks from the Hulk and be completely fine, why am I supposed to be worried about him in the future unless he's fighting like a Hulk or a Thanos level opponent? Like, ooh, you're telling me he can take all that from Scorpion or from Hulk, but like Scorpion's a threat? Like
I just walk up to him
and this is with the inhibitor on. This isn't even like Super Spider. Like this is just normal Peter. But so Hulk is about to choke him out and he's about to just punch him. They portray it as it's going to be like a devastating attack. I have no reason to assume it would do any damage. But he's about to punch him and Peter's like, "Bruce, it's me, Peter." And it's like, first off, his only line of dialogue is him establishing that he is not Banner, he is Hulk. So you appealing to Banner probably would just piss him off more.
Yeah.
It's me, Peter. Okay, so even if we are trying to go with the idea that Hulk is immune to the memory loss thing, which we have no reason to assume he would be in the MCU, unlike the comics, Hulk's never met you.
Yeah.
Like, maybe at the funeral, but like we don't have any reason to assume they have any kind of work relationship. If Doctor Strange was, dude, he would have an easier opinion, like an easier time trying to emotionally appeal to Ebony Maw than he would Hulk.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
And so he appeals to Hulk and he's like, "It's me, Peter." And it's like, you're not going to try and appeal to Hulk. Hulk gets no more lines of dialogue. Like, and then he sees himself in the mirror, very similar to Age of Ultron, where he sees like the pain and destruction. Like he sees himself as a monster. This makes it seem more like Bruce brought him back, but then that goes to the whole, oh, I guess Bruce and Hulk are just the same person, but like Bruce is just big and angry. Like, and so he like calms down a bit, and I guess him calming down makes him like weaker, and he loses his footing, and he falls, and that's it. That's the end of the Hulk. That's all we get for the Hulk for the whole movie. And that's also the end of Bruce Banner. So the character with the technical know-how to help with Peter's predicament, the emotional growth and journey to like connect with Peter on his current state, and the person with the most interesting potential for interactions with the main antagonist Power gets like 6 minutes of screen time, and the Punisher. That's the real person we're interested in. But he was like 90% of the marketing.
Yeah.
He was. I was like, like before they made Gene out to be the main person, it was literally made out to be like Hulk versus Spider-Man.
Is that Ace Ayer? What he said? It's like, those webs can hold back Hulk, but Punisher can rip it off his mouth.
Yeah.
Not that every web is built the same.
Yeah.
But, like, come on. But the Hulk has been dealt with, and Bruce's life is ruined, and he'll never be able to trust himself again, because he relapsed, and now he's going to lose his job almost certainly. Who knows how many people she made him hurt. Again, this whole building was damaged and
oh yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea what
we just saw like the hand hobbling out of there.
Who knows how many people he hurt, potentially permanently, maybe even killed.
And that's just the physical problems. We're not talking about emotional or mental issues.
And remember, there's a scene where Hulk is like hulking out, like he's a giant monster, and Jean Grey in Punisher's body looks at him and goes, "Have fun with that, Peter. Like you didn't just sick the most powerful entity on the planet on a helpless city." And I'm supposed to sympathize with this person.
I'm supposed to believe that this person's going to be on the good guys team later in like 2 movies.
And so serious? She uses the Punisher to set up these bomb charges, which Hulk can't get through the door after punching it like 150 million times. But these little charges, no problem. Which also means that well, I guess that makes sense. Hulk does absolutely 0 damage with his attacks, but he has incredibly high durability. Because one of these things go off in his face, and it just kind of knocks him around a little bit, but he's fine. But these things can, like 5 of them, just completely destroy this door that it took him like 100 hits. So we can actually figure out how strong Hulk is. Or how not strong he is. But the door opens, And it's super nice of these armed guards to not immediately shoot the Punisher while he shoots one and then shoots the other. Very nice of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jean, the genius, walks up and goes, "Tell me about VMAX." Jean, I don't know if you know this, but you have the instant win button. You can just hop in his body and find out everything immediately.
Just fucking do it.
You can just do it right now. You can just hop in his body and find out what happened. That's your power. That's what you do.
Nope. That's too much work.
Oh,
but too much. We have to advance the plot. We have to further the plot.
Professor Hulk, who was able to rip a bunch of Spider-Man's webs. But which that just makes it worse. That means that the stronger version of Hulk was unable to do anything to Spider-Man, regardless of the amount of direct, devastating blows he lit.
Where do they go with the Hulk from here?
Fucking to a different studio, hopefully.
Like, where is he even gonna? Is he gonna be in Doomsday?
God, I hope not. I fucking hope not. Oh my god, that's what I needed. I need to see him job to Victor Von Douchebag.
Get fucking aura farmed.
I don't want Hulk anywhere near that mess. Like, they can have.
Are we gonna get like Doctor Strange? Are we gonna get?
Dude, I don't
Bruce?
Are we gonna do you care?
I mean, I care about Hulk. Yeah.
No, I don't like Doomsday.
Right,
do you care about anything that's happening?
I mean, I want Doomsday to be good.
Dude, that's like going to the circus and like not expecting clowns. But
clowns? I sense clowns.
So she opens the door and she's like, "Tell me about VMAX," and she shoots the two guards in the leg, and she's like, "If you guys try something, the next one goes in your head." That's it. Kind of interesting. First off, again, getting shot in the leg, hyper dangerous, and they're likely to die anyways if they don't receive medical attention. But random citizen on the street, death sentence, get hit by a car.
You guys, you get
actively armed individuals from the organization that kidnapped your sister that you believe is doing horrible experiments on her.
Mm-hmm.
Leg shots. You're the real heroes. Like you don't deserve death. And again, you sick the Hulk. The Hulk's right outside the door. As far as you're concerned, all these people, including you, are going to die soon anyways. Because you can't control Hulk. Like, he rebuffed you. So I don't, like, how do you plan on getting out of here? Unless you know that Spider-Man will take out the Hulk, in which case...
Yeah, you're counting on that.
You're counting on that. Okay. But instead of using her instant win button to instantly win and get her goal, which, by the way, she did the dumbest plan possible to get to this scenario anyways, but we already went over that, she sits there and's like, "Tell me what VMAX is." And he's like, "What the hell? What's a VMAX?"
Second time someone's asked me that today. I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, and instead of using her God-given ability to...
figure it out,
devastatingly invade anybody's personal privacy and supplant their will. Good person.
Hero.
She just asks him, and hero. And Spider-Man does what he should have done 15 minutes ago, and he finds her, and he puts the thing on her. She loses her power, and then she gets tranked. And she gets out one word: Sarah. It's just like, damn, it's a good thing that she didn't get anything else out.
That was all she got.
And so we cut to Bruce. He's like, "Did I hurt anybody?" He's panicking. Again, probably worst day of his life since the snap, at least.
Or since down in was it South Africa? Was that where they had his episode in Age of Ultron?
In Age of Ultron? Yeah, absolutely. Probably the worst moment since then. Horrible. But that's the last we see of him. He gets carted off to Irrelevancywille. And Peter's like, "Hey, she said something about like a Sarah. What was that about?" And he comes up with a lie that he never needed to say. He could have just said, "Dude, I have no idea," and that would have been it. Like that would have been it. It's like, "What's a VMAX?" And you know what he could have done? He would like, "Here, Peter, I'm gonna let you have unrestricted access to like anything that would have been related to that," and he'll find nothing on VMAX. He will find absolutely nothing on VMAX because VMAX isn't actually even a thing.
It's a fucking thing.
But instead, he comes up with a lie. And the lie was, "Oh, Sarah, she went in my mind, and Sarah was a coworker that I was thinking about who passed recently, and that probably affected her. It's like, oh, okay. Now, this is completely contradictory to every other instance of mind possession, except for one, and that's Peter's own experience. Like, Peter had a memory pop up in his head when she tried to, take over his body.
Yep.
And so there's actually not really any reason to doubt this, even when we find out later what happened. Because, like, he still doesn't know if the effects of, like, mind jumping and mind reading are different. Like, everybody who's been mind jumped has had no memory consistently, 100%. Which means this guy's lie, this is, like, dumb from, like, a couple angles. Like, this guy didn't need to do this lie. Like, he really didn't. He could have just said, I have no idea, and perfectly fine. And now Peter's got nothing to go on. Like, Jean gets it. Well, Jean still blows up everything, but now Spider-Man's not there. Which doesn't really change much anyways. But his lie still pretty much works. Like, even with what Peter knows, should know, and learns, like, his lie still is pretty reasonable.
How much longer we planned it going?
Yeah, I'm
hitting my breaking point here. I'm tired.
I wasn't expecting Rhett to break down this whole movie scene by scene.
Oh, like it's 11:30 already. And we're 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Hey, we haven't had a connection issue for a while though. That's
True.
I can fix that.
Okay. So shit. Well, there's so much of the important stuff left. We kind of already talked about it. Peter goes and MJ found the letter. And we kind of talked about how I feel like this scene doesn't quite play out how it actually would play out. It plays out more like it's a less subtle way to explain what happened that No Way Home did at the end. Like, it's just, we're being explicit when No Way Home was subtle with how it handled this topic. But Peter, like, swings MJ home after she, like, reads the letter and finds out everything about, like, oh, I
don't love you.
I really enjoyed this scene.
Person, whoever you were with.
I enjoyed the scene with Ned and MJ, like, with them in their, like, apartment. I enjoyed that a lot.
I was smiling. Just building
I like that.
Yeah.
I was happy with that.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed a lot of the MJ.
Or Ned just meeting Spider-Man.
Like, they come up with, like, a bad lie on why Peter's with MJ. Again, it didn't really seem like they cared all much about Ned's safety. But like, they have that cool moment where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm Spider-Man, and they're, like, playing Legos together. Again, it kind of feels like it's like, oh, we're kind of not really adhering to the end of No Way Home. Like, we are going to let him just be Spider-Man with them.
Yeah.
Which, like, if we're going to do that, like, again, his thought is like, oh, it's dangerous to get them involved. And it's like, then why are you getting them all involved with the Spider-Man side?
Yeah.
You could just show up and be like, hey, I'm friends with, my name's Peter. I'm friends with MJ. Like, I'm cool. By the way, we're like really compatible as friends. Like, we're like really compatible, and build a new relationship. Like,
which is what they were seemingly doing
from zero. Start over.
Yeah. Oh my god. Then they go to the island.
How is it another thing with memory? Whatever.
But then he finds out that the dude was lying, goes to the island, and
in the meantime, they send Jean to the island, and they're like, we have a room, and like, thanks to this device created by Spider-Man, we can now, like, control you and safely.
And their whole thing is trying to replicate her powers, so then the government can have that, which
like is a mini Cerebro.
Yeah, it's a big no. But she breaks out. She finds out that
hold on, this is really important. So she says, so they're like, we're 33 feet away, so you can't mind blast us.
They're like 40 feet or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're 33.5 inches away. And she goes, what is VMAX? He's like, I have no idea what that is. It's like, well, my sister sent me a message about VMAX. And so they're immediately told, oh, so you were able to send a message further than our expected range? Oh, okay, let's continue the test. Like, it's like, oh, so we found out that something can allow you to extend your reach.
Yeah.
Let's not change our test setup then. Like, let's keep us at the expected reach, and not with this new information we just got. And so they're testing her, and they're somehow getting her to like brain blast nothing. But they're like seeing her like brain waves and stuff, and they're trying to like learn how they can replicate it. And so she looks up like being a like, oh, I'm being, because they took off her, because she has the inhibitor on, and we'll get to it, I guess, but like she looks up and she's like, oh, I'm being experimented on, and she sees a vent that's got like a little bit of peel on it. It's V, like Event Max. It's V Max. And so she's like, this is the last thing my sister saw. You killed her. And then she says, you're murderers. Which is just so fucking funny to hear from you, Jean.
The murderer.
But she starts to rapidly grow her mental abilities, and at first they're just like, whoa, she's like developing, and they don't immediately like turn on her fucking.
Well, no, they tried and he couldn't.
They spend a while before he goes shut it down, like, and especially after learning that situations like this can actually increase her range, like they don't immediately go, all right, shut it down, like spray her, gas her, like they just have like something. They don't have any failsafe in there either, like aside from the inhibitor, but she's mind controlled the guy, and then she develops telekinesis, and she's incredibly good at using it. Like, great, this power that you didn't even know you could possibly have, because it really doesn't have much to do with telepathy aside from being a mind power. You have telekinesis now, and you can just use it perfectly across great distances. And her range increases to that of a mile, and she freezes everybody in place.
Was it like a kilometer, or was it like several kilometers? I can't remember.
I think I said like a mile in like radius or something.
It was a kilometer.
Still,
it was like a kilometer.
A kilometer in radius. Like
nuts.
Everybody freezes, and it's not like they're blank. Because MJ starts crying, like they are just frozen.
You're conscious. You are aware of what's happening.
Trapped in your own body.
So even without the idea of damage, loss of life, or anything like that, just the emotional damage you're doing on these people for no reason. But think about how many people are now driving in a car and are now frozen. The amount of car accidents that are about to happen. The amount of people who got frozen taking an off step and are falling over and hitting their head. The amount of people who were bathing their babies or something like that.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh, hey, daddy, let's play catch the baby. Woo! Woo! Like, fucking, how many people, countless people have just died because of this. It really is like what Wanda did.
I can't remember. Did they just did everything freeze in place?
No, everything just the people. Just the people.
Every person in like a kilometer radius just straight up froze.
It's not like she created like a psychic zone of no movement with like telekinesis. It was just the telepathy. Just the people froze.
Yeah. So Peter shows up. He gets there, beats up the soldiers, fights the hand, which he got clowned on. And then he comes to this realization that
bouncing around.
He doesn't need to inhibit his spider powers. It's okay to let it happen. And he realizes that he can grow his spider powers and also still be Peter Parker. Like both people can exist. And he beats the hand, which
he becomes Professor Spider.
He becomes brains and the brawn together, the best of both worlds.
I bring the brains and the spider together.
Yeah, and then he confronts Jean, and Punisher is like, I'm gonna shoot this bitch. And so he perches up with a rifle off in the distance. And we get him appeal to Jean. Jean goes into his mind.
I didn't know how wrong I was.
And she sees the scene of Aunt May with him. And then it's like, oh, now she's in his shoes,
and Aunt May's speech
understands it.
Brought this up 3 hours ago, but Aunt May's speech, like if you really remove Jean from that scene and make it just her sitting down with Peter, it really doesn't
apply
really
to him at
like
all.
Seem to aside from like the most basic of platitudes, like some people may not like you, but it's important to keep the people who like you close to you. And it's like, was that really the thing that you needed to talk about with Peter? Like upon finding out that it's Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Like, But it perfectly fits for Jean, though. Like, it's 100% like a thing she needed to hear.
Yeah, they could have written that better to.
Oh, wait. We skipped over something really important that I teased earlier. So, while she's being, like, studied on, she has a flashback to her and her sister at a park.
Right. Oh my god, yeah, her practicing.
And they are
taking over people.
And they've been like, their mom like disowned them. And they're like, if she was a real mother wouldn't do that. And they're passing their time by taking control over random people in the park. And this is where we learn, like, this is where her sister tells her about the jump distance. And so she's like, could you ever learn to control an entire group of people? And she's like, maybe if we were stronger. No, that's horribly unethical. But when they're just jumping into people, and again, it looks like they're being like shoved whenever it happens. Like, it's not a graceful possession. But they're just sitting at a park bench, and then she's like, let's go get some food. And she walks up, and Damage Control snipes her. And they're like, go, and another thing that they could have made a comparison to with Punisher that they just didn't, like, his family was lost to him at a park due to a government op. But then you get Jean, and they have data on her as well as her sister, and they get Jean, and she's like, Sarah, no, and like she's like right in the field shouting. And then she just gets, like, her sister brain blasts her and makes her walk away. And she just gets away. Like, the police don't apprehend her too. Damage Control doesn't apprehend her as well. It's crazy.
Yep. So, yeah, Peter appeals to Jean. And they come to an understanding. And then she drops the bubble. And Punisher and Spidey weirdly... is able to now sense the Punisher shooting.
Yeah, he has a spider sense. Gun. No, he has a super senses now. I guess he can hear the bullet. But
yeah, because he's got the super Spidey.
And with his enhanced speed, his enhanced reflexes, and his precognition, his only thought is to
protect Jean.
Get in front of the high caliber weapon. Like he could just push her. He could grab her and move her. And instead, he could push her out of the way and get hit. But no, he grabs her and, like, puts her in the same path as the bullet. This is a 50 caliber, Peter.
Yeah, it's gonna go through you, buddy.
It's going through
you. Thank God it didn't go through you.
We literally see her, like, touch his, like, body. Like, there's blood at the front, which means the bullet went through him, which means it should have gone through her. And that's a 50 caliber, and she's, like, 12. So her torso should be gone. But that didn't happen. So... he goes to the hospital. Apparently, like, Jean was like
Quicksilver.
and then of course we get the Punisher grabs him and he takes him to the hospital, and we get him carrying Peter.
I found that so lame. Like, when Civil War shows the Iron Man and Cap shield hit, that's not an entirely new context. Like Cap and Iron Man are having a civil war. They're fighting each other. They're at a moral crossroads. So when they repeat that scene, that panel from the comics, it keeps the spirit of it. Like, Punisher showing... they were just like, hey, you know that shot of Punisher holding Peter after he's been shot? Or, like, he's been beaten up? Well, we're going to do that because it's a reference.
Yes. They were just trying to keep it on theme with all the other comic panels that they were doing.
But yeah, Punisher is like...
I had a problem with... my biggest issue with the hospital scene was that Punisher was able to go out into the open.
Just be Punisher inside there.
Yeah, people didn't immediately like the set
police don't apprehend him at all.
In his first episode, he showed up and he killed like 30 people.
Yeah, and Daredevil was like, "You shot up a hospital," and he was like, "Well, nobody that didn't get hurt didn't deserve it." And it's like, you still shot up a hospital. Like, you could have gotten people killed, but it doesn't matter. But I like he wakes up. Jean keeps her alive, and he wakes up. And
Jean just fucks off, like, upstate.
Yeah, Jean fucks off and is like using her psychic powers to help keep him alive. And Punisher makes sure that his identity is kept secret.
And just like Peter with his organic webs, there's no practice or training
needed. His body in like a a stasis, a cryostasis type of thing.
Hey, New Avengers, why don't you use the bioreplicator that they made in Age of Ultron to help your buddy out here?
Yeah.
Remember how Clint gets shot in the chest with a plasma gun and like he gets like fixed up? It's the same thing that built Vision.
They forgot it, dude. But then we get the ending scene with him and Punisher, and I actually really liked that scene. And then obviously the getaway scene with the crowd, I thought that was really nice because then it got to show Peter was like, "Oh, I'm not alone."
I just wanted somebody to be there and be like,
"Everybody likes me." Yeah. No, but it came full circle with John going like, "Oh no, I'm not alone. I have the Punisher, and oh no, I'm not alone. I have New York. New York loves me." And then you have the ending scene with him and Ned, where goes to the cafe and Ned remembers him.
I don't think he did. I don't think he actually did.
Because they did the handshake. It's either that or he. Yeah, no, wait. How wouldn't that?
Well, because muscle memory is something that I can believe still exists, even without the actual memory. But he heard the name. Oh yeah, because he heard Peter's name, because he knows it because Michelle accidentally calls Spider-Man Peter. When he's leaving, and so when he's like doing all that cool handshake stuff, he goes, "Peter?" I think that's him realizing that he's Spider-Man and not he remembers everything.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Gabe, after I wiped his memory 4 years ago, and we got our handshake.
Joe?
Joderman? But then we got the end credit, and
then the end credit, which a lot of people are saying, like I said, at the end of the theater, everybody's theorizing it's either Miles Morales.
Would be in space
it's either Miles Morales getting pulled from one of the other verses. It's either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield coming back, or it's Venom.
They didn't do the handshake as Peter, but then I would actually, if what they're implying is that Ned did remember, then I'm gonna have to ask, why didn't kissing MJ get her memories back?
Well, because if it is just mind controlled at that moment, though.
So if he just went up and kissed her now, would that work?
Maybe.
If he why didn't
MJ, let's just give it a shot.
Why didn't giving her a swing, something that would probably be a very personal, like kind of date experience between the two? Why didn't that do it?
Yeah. Okay. Final scores. Overall final rating.
This dropped pretty heavily going through it. Like
for Spider-Man. For Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I'm giving this a 3.
3.5.
Fuck. God, Rhett's rubbed so much off on me.
All I did was describe the movie. I just want to point that out. Like, all I did for the past 3 hours was just talk about what happens.
Gabe back in like 2012 probably would have given this shit like an 8 or something.
They don't have Jean Grey at all in this. Make it more about the Man Spider, like horror. You can almost make it like horror-ish on the.
What if it was just Spider-Man and Hulk, and they were both growing through something, and they both had to grow together? Like
that.
I wanted originally Spider-Man and Daredevil teaming up to fight Venom. I think Daredevil would have.
Yeah, Daredevil whip his ass.
Daredevil just doesn't really have all that much to do with Venom. And
I know, but
you have to do Black Suit Spider-Man before Venom. I'm sorry, I'm tired of this fucking rewriting of history that Venom is like wholly.
What are you talking about, Rhett? It's the
Venomverse.
Yeah, it's the Venom symbiote, Rhett. I'm probably gonna give this like a 4. I'm a slut for Spider-Man.
Will Frank Castle survive in the Infinity Castle? No.
Yeah.
Or the Chainsaw Man universe? Maybe. So, I mean, there's a couple rutabagas I think he could take out, but
he would definitely not help the whole.
In terms of Infinity Castle, I'm like 2/3 of the way done. This is kicking my ass, but good news. I uploaded some of like the stuff that I had done up to YouTube, and it was copyright free. So once I get it done, if it stays that way, this should be it won't have a lot of retries that take time.
Before we log out, I want to do one more thing. I want to briefly and quickly just get everybody's thoughts on one, the lineup for the future Marvel movies that got announced from this past Comic-Con, and then just quickly compare that to the DC movies that got announced at Comic-Con as well. So firstly, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day, which we all saw. After that,
what phase is this now?
This is phase 6. We thought that we were gonna I thought there was literally gonna be Doomsday and then Secret Wars, and it was gonna be a hard reset.
Why would then they announced be that?
But then they announced all these movies at Comic-Con, so I'm like, oh wait, no, okay, it's still going. Black Panther 3 was announced.
Yay.
I don't know if you guys know who the actor David Johnson is. He was in Alien Romulus. He was in The Long Walk. He will be playing the new Black Panther. He is T'Challa's son. Yes, so he would be playing T'Challa.
T'Challa had a son?
Yeah.
Yes, at the end of Black Panther 2, he had a son named
it was
T'Challa.
In water forever.
He had a son that he named also T'Challa. There's no set dates in my mind on these movies.
These movies after Secret Wars, just reboot.
I don't know if there's a timeline on when these are coming out, if it's gonna be before or after, but there's neither here nor there. Probably the biggest announcement that was on the Marvel side of Gen Con was we're getting a Ghost Rider movie. And Ryan Gosling is playing as Ghost Rider. I don't know how you guys didn't find out about this. A lot of people actually like it, and the more
it's almost probably going to be ass, but I mean,
no, but it's like when you look at like a side to side comparison of him and like Johnny Blaze, he looks like
he can fit as Johnny Blaze, sure. Better than Nicolas Cage can, that's for sure.
Which if you like Nicolas Cage, that's fine.
I'm fine with a Ghost Rider movie. I'm fine with a Ghost Rider movie starring Ryan Gosling. Do we have to do a Ghost Rider movie starring Ryan Gosling in the MCU post Secret Wars?
Yes. Vision Quest. I don't know if anybody knows if you guys even know what that is.
They've been saying that's been coming out for 10 years now. Like
it's now been announced. We're getting a Nova movie about Nova. Like Joe, do you know who Nova is?
Don't know how that really works with the Nova Corps, but being eradicated and nothing like they are.
Yep. Then we got Doomsday, Secret Wars. They revealed Doctor Doom's like full suit. It actually looks pretty
cool. Nova's supposed to be just like they're gonna have them tied to like Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, there's a character named Nova. He's in Marvel. He is tied to the Nova Corps. He basically like an alien, like
no, he's a human. The Nova Corps is the Green Lanterns of Marvel.
He's a human on Earth. An alien finds him and gives him powers, and he can fly and like shoot.
I just don't really know how they're going to establish that after they already established the Nova Corps and then destroyed it.
Yep. Then obviously we get Doomsday and Secret Wars, and then we're getting confirmed Born Again Season 3. Moving on. This is where this was so funny.
The director of Deadpool and Wolverine who's doing the Ghost Rider film.
Wait. I didn't know that. That's Wonder Man Season 2, which is so funny because that literally got canceled like 5 days later. And then we are confirmed getting an X-Men movie. Which
can't wait to see Gene
there. I don't know the timeline on this. And now quickly I want to go over the DC movies. Obviously we got Clayface, we're getting Man of Tomorrow, which is the next Superman movie. We are getting Lanterns, the TV show.
That looks ass. Looks so
We're getting the DCU's Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Swamp Thing. We're getting a Swamp Thing. I don't know which one of these are TV shows and which one of these are movies. I think the Swamp Thing is a movie. I don't know. Okay.
I will give you, Gabe, I will give you $100 if even 3 of these properties that haven't already been announced to have trailers. Actually, if they have a trailer already, they don't count. So if 2 of these properties come out, I'll give you $100.
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that bet, dude. No. I'll do $1. Let's do a singular dollar, please.
Let's break
lucky dollar.
Let's break the middle. 10. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
92
there. $10. Then we're getting a Wonder Woman movie. Be interesting to see who they decide to cast for Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot.
And then here is where the next four. And then here's where the next four projects get a little interesting. Again, don't know if this is a TV show or a movie. Bane and Deathstroke.
That's not happening. It's just not happening. Like they'll be
title.
Lucky.
That is the title.
Maybe if the CW's being generous, they'll buy it from them and make like a mid TV show out of it. But like it's not happening.
Joe's reaction, his face right now is like my exact reaction.
Bane and Deathstroke.
Bane and Deathstroke is the name. Right? Two guys that just agree all the time. On the same
really page. Relevant. Dude, my favorite Marvel team up, bro, fucking Thor and fucking, I don't know, Lockjaw.
The Blob.
The Blob. Look, we hate what the MCU does. They're like, they're making stuff. God knows what the DC people have
Marvel's
to
like,
eat,
at least
you know?
Plan, I think.
Bane and fucking...
Like you can see the desperation. Like you understand their thought process. It's like, oh my god, Spider-Man, fucking everybody's in it. Spider-Man, yes, everybody loves Spider-Man. We need to drum up Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. Yeah, you guys like Robert Downey Jr. Everybody's in Doomsday. The Fox X-Men, everybody. Like it's desperation incarnate, and it's going to be
James
horrible.
James Gunn just sitting in the corner.
James Gunn is just like
Calendar Man.
You know that little rat from Cinderella?
Clayface.
Clayface.
Yeah.
Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, these are pinnacles of the DC continuity. All right.
Yeah. My adventures with Deathstroke and
Should
Bane.
we have a Flash or a Batman movie? It's like, no, Bat Dog.
Man Bat.
Mm-hmm.
King Shark.
He's really what holds DC together, you know. Mr. Spitlick, the movie.
Harley Quinn, the musical.
Yeah, Harley Quinn, the fart comic.
The next one, Booster Gold, which I could actually see that maybe being good. Joe, I don't know if you know who Booster Gold is. He's a time traveling like celebrity.
Booster Gold.
He's pretty fun. He's like funny, and I could see him maybe being something there. And then these next two here, which I'm pretty sure are TV shows, I just don't even understand. We're getting a Waller TV show.
Great.
About Amanda Waller? Maybe you can do something with that.
Oh, I thought it was about The Wall, famous Marvel villain.
I somehow I know who Rhett's talking about. That's fucking good. I know that villain. And then the last one, Jimmy Olsen.
$100, Gabe. $100. I will bet all the money I owe to my name.
$1,000 that never.
We are getting a Jimmy Olsen TV show.
No, they say they're doing that so insane idiots can be tricked into investing money into this sinking ship.
There's no dates on these films.
Dude, listen. Superman 2025 is a horrible movie, but it had public reception, and people still like it, and it still didn't make nearly as much money as it needed to. Supergirl was a failure financially. I haven't seen it, so I can't say if it's good or bad, but it financially died. Like it was a black hole of money. And the next thing is the next thing is
Clayface,
and people are like, is this part of the DCU or is this part of the Batman continuity?
And James Gunn is like, I don't know, you tell me.
Because he doesn't know, because he's probably still really trying to get the Batman as part of the DCU, and it's just none of it. Like that, the DCU is going to crash and burn, and all that's left is going to be the Batman and the things that are kind of related to the Batman,
which I'm okay with. I like Robert Pattinson's Batman. I like the direction they're going with there. So who do we think is going to win in this next lineup of films? Is it Marvel?
Oh, it's going to be Marvel, because at least they have
financially. Are they going to win? Or
financially, there's no winning between these two in terms of like public reception.
Is that the only way this Marvel's winning? Is just financially they're going to win?
Yeah, because of Spider-Man. Like they're winning because of Spider-Man, and that's it.
I don't even know if we're getting a hard reset anymore after all these announcements. I don't understand the direction anymore.
They really needed to, and they're just not going to do it.
They're
going to do a soft reset.
I deadass thought we were going to get Spider-Man, Doomsday, Secret Wars, and then that was the rest. And then
they're gonna do what Secret Wars 2015 did, which is gonna be a soft reset, where it's gonna be like the people who we can still think we can make movies off of, are they gonna stick around? Everybody else is gonna leave, and we'll try and bring in new people of the same characters, or maybe we won't. Maybe they won't even bring in a new Hulk or a new Thor or a new Captain America. Maybe they'll just be like, yeah, this is gonna be run by Blade and Ghost Rider. Everybody excited for the early 2000s again? Like, woo! Blade, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and the X-Men. It's the early
Deathstroke, everybody.
Bane and Deathstroke, and this has been the Custodians.
Now I want to see it. Now I want to see that.
Do you guys want to react to Lanterns?
Fuck no! Oh my god! Shoot me! Give me $100.
Fuck no! Shoot me and give me $100.
Give me $100. No. Shoot me, then give me $100. Thank you so much for watching with the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
I'm Gabe.
Joe.
And this was our breakdown of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Bye-bye. Thank you for staying around. All right. Touch.